Yo, we are live. You got your microphone now. Yeah, that sounds good for hearing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the All in Our Heads podcast, going live this week with some technical difficulties at first, but it was able to.
We got it correct.
It was all the camera problems. See, the tests I ran earlier, I didn't have cameras. I just wanted to make sure if it was going out.
Right.
So now that I added cameras, I was like, that's got to be it. If it's not, I don't know.
Right.
Boom, it is.
Was the cameras? We got new graphics.
Got new graphics.
If you're just listening to the audio, you don't know none of this, but we have new graphics up.
Yeah, and if you are just listening to the audio, I don't know why you're not jumping on board with the live. I mean, you really should be.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people, it's there all the time, just like the podcast. I mean, we do appreciate you downloading. That's what we care about. But people message me. They listen to they watch the video like down the road.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, I watched it. It was like 4 days after.
Right.
They just, you know.
I got a text today from
I don't believe it. Mike telling tall tales again.
And the text was, someone was listening to a podcast, episode number 17.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago. And we were talking about a father going missing in the jungle for 2 years, and the father made a reality show about it. I can tell you right now, I don't remember one of those.
There must be some other podcast with a similar name that they were listening to.
No, this person knows.
Oh, they know you?
Well,
yes. Oh, a father. I'll go watch. It was episode 17.
Episode 17.
You know what?
And she was like, it was hilarious, and because we said, like, no, so ethnographic, or, well, I don't even know what this word was, but I don't know. She was laughing out loud.
She was laughing out loud. Well,
Yes.
I'll try and seek out episode.
topic?
I don't know. I have to. It's a lot of
Okay.
scrolling for me to get there, but we'll
Got
eventually.
it. So anyway,
I'm sure if that was a funny part of the show, I would have mentioned that in the
the
name of the episode. But I'm scrolling.
I'm sure that would be there. A guy got lost in the woods, in the jungle for 2 years. His kids got lost in the jungle. And he made I don't know.
His kids or he did?
I think it said his kids. I don't know what happened.
His kids got lost in the jungle. And
I don't remember ever saying the words.
No, me neither.
I haven't responded because I don't know what to say.
Though you could probably tell me. I mean, we did 120 something episodes.
I don't remember last week's.
Right. Yeah. If you tell me what we talked about because that was 2 weeks ago, so we skipped last week.
Yeah, I wouldn't remember.
I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very. Apparently, it was awesome.
We say a lot of words too, like a lot of words. Not only
And we don't prepare, so it's not like we're like.
Like we can refer to some notes.
Yeah, it's not like we came into the note with the notes. Hey, this story.
No.
We
prepare.
We've prepared before, just not all the time.
Episode 17 we did.
Episode 17, we were so prepared, and it really stuck with us.
Yes, maybe we were talking like that's when we were trying to figure things out. Like, hey, let's bring topics, and maybe you brought a topic. Hey, check this out. A guy.
Yeah, I try to do that sometimes.
No, I know, but I'm saying when we really try to do it.
Yeah, it's taking a while to get through the feed. I'm only at episode 62 right now.
Yeah. Oh,
Why's it got to be 17?
That's the one.
Could be like in the 90s and the 80s. Gotta go all the way down.
Anyway, yeah.
So episode 17. Apparently, people, if you want to go back in time,
yeah, man,
was a very awesome episode according to whoever the hell that is. Yeah. Thank you to whoever you are.
It was Bronca.
Oh,
she listened to an old.
Why is she so backed up? Well, you just Jesus, Bronca.
Get caught up.
We're at 120 something episodes. You're talking about number 17.
Yeah.
Bronca must be bored right now.
Yes. Well, she probably paints. She paints like.
Oh yeah, we're good for painters.
Yeah. Very good for painters.
Oh hell yeah.
By yourself, you're doing.
Most podcasts I listen to are while I'm doing yard work.
See,
cutting the grass.
Right.
You know,
yard work. We get it. You're gonna go down every task in the yard.
Okay. Specify what yard work I do. Pruning, edging.
It seemed like you just cut grass because you got to cut grass and you were done. You know, like cut grass and it's cut grass and stuff.
Raking shit. Gardening.
Yeah.
Green thumbing.
Yeah.
That's when I do my podcast.
How's the back look? You got it ready to rock?
It's nice, man. Yeah. It's not perfect yet, but it's nice. Getting there. The fire pit area is done.
Oh, nice.
I got the fire pit there.
Chairs.
Got chairs there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should be out there, bro. Oh, we can't do this though.
Nah, yeah, I'm not setting all this up.
Barely do it inside.
No, we could do. I'd like to do an outside one, but it's going to be one where we have just like we did at Yankee Stadium, where the one camera's on the two of us. And we don't know what anybody's saying unless we're looking at like your phone or something. We could do that, but I'm not doing the whole fucking.
I get it.
I'm not running wires out the door.
No, there's a lot going on.
Too much going on. Too much going on. But yeah, we should do one. We should, if it's nice, we should do one outside before the fucking Yankees wild card game.
So before we really get into this episode, I want to say anybody who reached out to me for Frank passing last week.
Yeah, that's why we were off last week because our friend Mikey's like best friend Frank passed away, and I'd even broached the topic of asking if you wanted to do a podcast because I was like, it's like a relative dying. It's like you're helping with plans and stuff. You're not gonna. No. I was like, it's just not the week.
No. Is he trying to come in?
I don't know if he's trying to come in or if he's trying to go outside. Probably sees a squirrel.
So anyway, Frank passed away. Anybody who knew him, maybe you don't know that he passed away. Frank passed away a week ago on Friday. So, last week was a real tough week, and it's getting.
Well, hold on, can I just pause 1 second?
Yeah.
Episode 17.
Oh, you got it.
This week, Joe and Mike talk about Joe's gig at a scary mansion, working out, and surviving animal attacks.
All right, that did not help at all.
No.
Because we have talked about that stuff before.
It's almost a recurring.
It almost changes the name of our show from all our heads to we were going to go to the gym once.
Animal attacks, and I'm in a scary mansion.
Exactly. Yeah, it should be Joe's Anxiety.
Yeah.
That should be the name of this thing.
Yeah. I have an idea for a web show I want to do. I'll talk to you about off air.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, continue.
Frank, it was tough. I mean, last week was real tough. And it's not any, like I just driving out here cried. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about him. So it's been tough.
It gets tougher
probably
as time goes on because
it's more definite, is it?
You go to wakes, you do the thing.
Yeah.
You're such a fog. It's like it doesn't.
Right.
It just doesn't set in.
Yeah.
For like the enormity of it.
Right.
The finality of it until you, like I realized like anytime anyone close to me died, it was almost like that when the first instinct to call them was like, oh shit, I can't do this no more.
Right.
And you're like,
Yeah. Well, that did because I don't know if you saw a joke I posted. Frankie always loved to make fun of my laziness. That was Frank's thing with me. He would call me up and just laugh at how lazy I could be.
Yeah.
And that joke I put up on Facebook the other day, the motivational speaking where, everybody goes through urges and fights through urges. Like, for instance, when I wake up in the morning, I have an urge to just hop out of bed and tackle the day. But I wait, and I wait for that feeling to pass.
Right.
And I go right back to sleep. Like, I thought about Frankie, and Frankie would have laughed his ass off at that.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes of how that's not a joke, that's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And Frankie was, so I was thinking about calling him to tell him that joke.
Right.
And there's no,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
it's sad, man.
It's like it's fucked up. It's fucked up. And like, I haven't been, last night was I went on stage 3 times. Like, I was on stage last night, 3 sets at LOL. And that was the first time I felt smooth. Now, I couldn't do Frank's jokes.
Yeah.
But I did Frank's jokes Saturday. I had a gig Saturday night.
You already knew he passed when you did the jokes Saturday.
This past Saturday.
Oh, this past Saturday. Up in New York,
Jokers,
up at Jokers.
And I said the joke, and I told why I was saying it. And it was a millisecond away from me just bursting in tears. And I'm like choked up, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I went to the jokes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I thought to not do them, but then I was telling everybody at the house the other night, they're like, tell us Frankie's jokes. So I told them all the jokes, and I'm like, on the ride up to New York, I'm like, I want him to stay alive. I want to keep Frankie alive.
Right.
And those jokes keep him alive with me.
Yeah.
But they were not easy to do. And that set Saturday night, oh my God. If I could have legally murdered people that night, the set was, first off, what Jokers does is they do half fundraising. They'll do fundraising and do a show at the same thing.
So it's a mixed group.
So, there was about
I never like those when it's a fundraiser on half of the room and the rest is public.
Yes.
It's always an odd because it's an odd mix. All these people know each other.
Correct.
And some don't want to laugh in front of each other if they're like work colleagues.
Yeah,
It's just a weird mix.
It's a weird mix.
Should all be strangers.
Right. And so there was probably like 50 people. Let's just say 50 people.
Yeah.
25 to 30 were the fundraiser people, and then the rest, 20 people were just regular people.
Yeah.
The fundraiser people, the first 2 acts do crowd work. And I don't care. I can follow anything. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I don't care who it is. I'm going to go up there and do well.
Just do your thing.
So it's never really, I don't care. But in a fundraising setting, all crowd work is just, it's creates a drunken fever.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, there's not a lot of people don't like that.
Right.
You know?
So if they were just already a little rowdy and drunk, and they knew each other, and everybody's. So this one girl just kept shouting bullshit out, and so I go up and I open up with a couple of jokes, and it does okay. I'm like, all right, maybe we're gonna be. So I was like, you guys seem good. I said the 2 acts that were on here before me they interacted with you guys, and they do crowd work. I can do that. That's not what I want to do today. I have jokes up here in my dumb head. I'm going to tell these jokes, so it's a different thing, okay?
Yeah.
And then I went into a couple more jokes, quick, and they were on the ride. It was still a little bumpy. They were a little chatty over here, but they were trying to get on the ride. They were getting on the ride. So the only reason I said that whole thing was right in the front. This 2 girls start talking. I was like, guys, I know you've been like it was a little rowdy before, but I need you to stop.
Yeah.
And I thought that little speech, this is a different thing now. We're going to do something different. Would have done it. So then I go to tell the choking story. And I'm like, so I went to the diner, and this girl over here from the fundraiser and a woman over here who was introduced to me by 2 women who come to all our shows. She's been to every show. Like, there's these 2 women who've come to 1 million shows. She's sitting with this girl. And I think I called you. Remember I called you and told you that they wanted to hook me up with some broad that I would never fuck. And I'm not even saying that to be crass because this lady turned out to be an asshole. So fuck her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She, at the same time,
fuck her.
In stereo, when I said, so I was at the diner, these 2 assholes in stereo like, what diner? And I was like, we don't talk? Like, no. So I was like, all right. I busted their balls for about 3 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to that joke. I said, so I'm at the diner. So I was at the diner. What diner? She did it again. I'm like, you got to stop that. So then she's like, go ahead, tell us. You said you were eating a salad. Go, tell us. And so I'm like, I say a few more things. I'm like, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. My jokes are very important. I love them. I love telling them. I love watching people laugh when I tell them. They're like babies. Yeah. And as of right this second, you don't deserve my babies. So you're not really earning them. I'm not giving it to you until you earn the right to hear what I am proud of.
Right.
So I was like back to talking to them for a few minutes. Did like a couple of jokes I never do, just to throw away jokes, just to fucking pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get me back. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to tell you that diner joke one more time. So I went. So I was at the, and then like she says, you ate salad, right? Salad. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me, man? So a few, like, now I'm done. I'm like, so I have my set list. I was like, you see these? These are jokes. These are really good jokes. I ripped it up. I was like, threw it on the fucking side, off the stage. Oh, you see it? Oh, you ain't getting any of that. You're going to get shit I've done for years, and I don't give a fuck about. That's what you're getting. That's what you're getting. Wow. And I was angry now. So I'm fucking...
How far into your set is this?
About 15, 20 in.
Yeah.
So now I'm...
Pretty early.
Yeah, so I'm busting balls now. I'm talking, and I'm doing jokes that I used to do. Like, they're not really just jokes. I mean, stuff I do, but not really what I wanted to do.
Right.
Just doing my stuff. I'm doing okay. Everything's fine. But every once she just kept shouting stuff out. And then, like, maybe 35 minutes in, 35 minutes, she's like, go ahead, do the diner thing. We give you permission.
Oh. I hate... What the fuck, man?
So the comic in the back said if I was a cartoon character, it would have been like... steam would have just came out of my head. And I was like, are you fucking... Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Right there, a club should throw that person
but they can't
out.
Because they're part of the fundraiser. That's the thing.
It's so fucking rude, man. I had a girl like that one time. She goes, just carry on. Don't worry what we're doing over here. They were like, it's like, get out.
Yes.
Get out.
But in the club's defense, they can't because they are the big. They have a fundraiser. They're doing 50.
I know, but it's still. I know. It's just. That should be part of it. Like, listen, I know you're for fundraiser, but we will throw your ass out. At least make that known.
You should say that as an announcement.
Yeah.
You guys are part of the fundraiser, but there's people here that are a regular night. This is not their fundraiser. They're here to enjoy a show. You guys have to be quiet. If you're not quiet, you have to leave the show because you can't ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
But on the defense, I get that they can't. They didn't.
No, I get it, but it's a shitty thing.
So now there was a big fat guy, young kid, 20-something, and he was sitting like this, and he was chuckling.
Yeah.
He was chuckling. He had a big beard. He always chuckled, and I call him Chuckles. And I said his name was I forget what the fuck was his name. Say Tommy Chuckles. I was like, Tommy Chuckles.
Tommy Chuckles.
Tommy Chuckles. And so I called him, and he just was like a jovial guy. And I was like, and when she did that, I was like, and I said, I'm gonna tickle you. Is it all right if I tickle you, Chucks? Because I just want to get you chuckling. And like, it was like that kind of, I was busted.
Yeah.
So then after she said that, I was like, let me tell you something. So I said to the husband, I'm like, this is your wife. He's like, I know. I was like, the whole time, I'm like, let me tell you, I don't know how to fuck. You don't bury her in the fucking woods, 900-foot grave. Dig it deep. And throw her ass in the fucking grave. I said, I'll do it. Chuckles will help me, right, Chuckles? Chuckles will help me. Chuckles will drive. I'll bury her. Chuckles will drive. And then I start doing this whole thing like, I know he's going to want me to tickle him because that's how Chuckles, and you got to tickle Chuckles because if you don't, he is impossible to live with. But you know what I'm saying? And I start doing that. And then the guy's like, I don't care as long as you're not talking about my wife anymore. I was like, fuck yeah. I don't fucking care about her. I don't give a fuck about none of you. So
this getting laughs, or is this like an uncomfortable moment?
It's not that uncomfortable. It's getting laughs because it's like this. It looks like it's fake anger.
Right.
But it isn't. Sometimes he was uncomfortable because I was going to kill his wife. I'm sure he was uncomfortable.
It usually makes people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Killing of the wife.
She was like with a smirk on. And like I said this joke. I said a joke. And she was like, and? So she's just a piece of shit. If you ever get a view of this and you're like, that's us. Yes, you are a piece of shit cunt. Got it? Cunt. That's a piece of shit human, and I'll tell you why. Because after the show, other than what I've just said and described as a piece of shit human, after the show, she goes up to the other comedians and says, I do that at all the comedy shows. I do that on purpose to fuck with them. And they're like, really? Yeah, my husband hates it. I do it at all the shows. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of garbage.
You did. So I didn't know that. If I knew that that's what you were doing, that you were just a piece of shit human, I'd have fucking just laid into you until you left.
Right.
But I fucking played along with your fucking shitbag attitude because you were part of a fundraiser. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to. I knew how the club was, that they ain't going to be able to kick them out. So I had to fucking try to talk and play around it. And then I get, a comic at the show telling me how, you should handle it. I'm like, I don't need your fucking. Do you think I know advice?
Oh, God.
You think
shut the fuck up.
You don't think I know how to do this? You don't think I know how to do this? And he's like, it's the way shows are. I'm like, not for me. I don't know what you...
Well, because you do crowd work.
Yes.
If you do crowd work, yeah, because you don't write jokes, and that's the way shows are. You just fuck around with the crowd.
Right. That's not the way my shows are.
It's an awful booking of a show.
Yeah.
If you're putting two crowd work comics in front of a guy who doesn't do that.
Right.
It's just an awful... I would never do that if I was putting together a show.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just,
But I did get very angry because I just had a shit week. And I really... And the one comic that I'm talking about, he did have some good things like, you just put expectations on it because you had a shit week and you wanted this to be a good night.
Yeah.
And that's 100% true. I wanted it to be a good night, and it made me miserable. It made me miserable. Like, some people came up, you were really... I did have fun, but I also was like, what a fucking bunt, what a piece of garbage you are. To just keep throwing... Like her, and then the guy did it. And then I would talk, and then the comic was like, you know, you were doing really well, but then like you went back to them. I was like, why is he going? I'm like, you think I went back to them on purpose? They were talking to me. I said to him, I'm like, I'm not retarded. I've been doing this for a long time. I know exactly when a crowd is rowdy, you don't talk to them. I had no choice. I couldn't hear that. I'm like, yeah, so don't assume that I don't know what I'm doing. You think I'm not? You think you're smarter than me on stage? Is that what the fuck is happening right now? Is that what's happening? Do you think you're schooling me because you've been doing it for 20 years? No.
Was a 20-year vet saying this
Gotta
shit?
be, at least.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm like, no, I was talking, and this guy, the girl said something, the girl behind her said something, and like in the middle of, so I had yes, jokes were going well, and then they talked. I said something about, like, my son, they're like, do you work at Home Depot? Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And I didn't even address that. I just kept doing the joke. Like, after I realized that my course was already done, I just, fuck it, I'm going to do these jokes. And I don't even care.
I hate that.
You know? So I couldn't even do it. There's no way I could have done the choking story because it takes like attention. You have to listen. You can't be this. And I realized that. Now, normally I would have realized that, but it's Saturday night. It's like it's a show. I'm going to do an hour. I want to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Normally, and like if I'm doing a club set and it's a bar crowd, clubby, I'm not even going to try that joke. I won't even bring it out. Like, I'll do other stuff. I'll do quick fire and stuff. But I got an hour. I don't want to be Machine Gun Larry over here. I want to be...
Well, you're not supposed to do that in a headline set.
No. I want to do the pace.
Yeah.
So, I would have been less angry if I didn't have the shittiest week of my life. You know what I'm saying? I would have been less angry. But I still would have been pissed.
Yeah, that was a tough week to perform.
Yeah. Well, last night... The 3 sets I had last night felt great, and I got to tell a story on 3 sets. Think about that, you fucking morons. I was doing 15 minutes on 3 different sets in a club in New York and was able to do that joke 3 different times because they were capable of shutting up and listening and enjoying the show.
Yeah,
I would have been angry, and I would have still cursed them out, and I still would have wanted to bury her in the woods, but I would have... I don't know what I would have done differently. It made some people uncomfortable in the comments I'm talking about. They were worried because they don't have, normally, like, I don't deal with hecklers.
Yeah.
Normally, for whatever reason, and I'm not trying to say I'm awesome, for whatever reason, people don't heckle me.
I don't get a lot of heckles either.
You know what I mean?
I get a lot of, like, drunk people that are chatting. Like, you just shut up.
That's different.
And I try to play with it. I always, like, I said that recently to KP because he got into it with some drunk people who happen to be friends of mine at the show recently.
Right.
And I was like, never go right to mean. Yeah, like, I know you don't want them. Try and find some material out of it.
The thing that
but then if they keep going, then you mean.
The thing that sucks with drunk people just chatting, if you try to be playful, they don't realize that you're trying to shut them down.
No,
they just think it's playful time.
There's no and drunk women. There's no defense.
No. Because
you just come off as I've had a whole crowd just hate me after laying into somebody, and it's like, well, it's gonna be a long rest of a show.
Right, and I didn't call her any names. I didn't say anything to her like you're a bad person. I didn't say any of that.
Yeah.
I just was like, why do you keep talking? And then like I went off, and then I went to do the joke, and she said it again. And when she would shout out again, I wouldn't even address her. I wouldn't even say which. I would be like, I can't understand what's happening here. That's how I would do it. Like I wouldn't even talk to her.
You just talk to them.
Talk to everybody. I don't even know what's going on. Why are you talking? That's not how it works. I wouldn't be like, listen, man. Like I wouldn't even.
Yeah, yeah. You talk to them about how shitty she is. That's
Correct.
always the best way to do it. Yeah.
Right, because then they can be like, well, I get it. You know, she's not. You know what I mean? And then like some of the people of the fundraiser, you could just see them looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Who? Like, you know what I mean? One of them. She's just one of the mothers of the fundraiser.
Yeah.
But at the end, to find out that she says she does that to comics on purpose. That's just I don't even understand how you think.
Yeah, it's the one performance art where that's just tolerated.
Right. And then there's the comic I'm talking about. Like I did this one. I said on stage, I was like, "Let me ask you a question. it was this guy's birthday. Right in the beginning, when I first started, they started talking. I'm like, say you buy her, you're right in the front because it's her birthday, and you sprung to go to a comedy show at a strip mall. So you know what I mean? Like you can see what a relationship is really strong when you buy your broad a comedy show club ticket at a bowling alley comedy show. That's cool. I said, but like say you did, pay for a little extra and go to a Broadway show, and you were sitting right in front, and the actors said something that you related to. Would you talk about it?
No.
Would you be like me? Oh my God, I went grocery shopping. No, you would just sit and enjoy the show.
I hate that.
So at the end, I said that I went to this comic. He was like, "Yeah, but we're not Broadway show tickets." I'm like, well, why don't you act like you are? Why don't you act like you have some shit to offer? Like I know I'm not a $120 Broadway ticket, but I'm like, we're good. We're gonna give you a great performance.
That's why comedy is the way it is. Because comics just
accept it.
Just accept shitty treatment. Yeah. There's always someone that'll take that.
Yep.
No, that's why. I mean, actors have unions. Comedians never have unions because
nobody will stick together.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
No way.
Right. Yeah, there'll be a guy like this. It's like I can handle it. I don't even care. Yeah, well, I do, and I can handle it too. And I was talking about. He's like,
but why should we have to handle it?
Exactly.
Go.
Right.
I mean, I saw, fundraiser aside,
right.
But there's some clubs that still don't kick people out, that still will, just let it happen. It's like, why? Is that whatever they're spending, $20, $40, $50?
What about everyone here that isn't getting the comedy show they wanted?
Right. That. Yeah, it's not even about me.
Right.
It should be because you hire me to perform.
Right.
But it should be about the rest of your clients.
It's obviously not about me. What about them?
Right. So it's obviously you don't care.
Right. I don't understand how you go, these people want to enjoy the night. This whole side was like, and there was like people that were enjoying it. And there was a couple people who knew that when I was snapping, they liked my little jokes.
Yeah.
They got it all. They got all the jokes of me snapping on her. And there was a couple right behind them, and I'm like, "You're not with this." And the blonde, it was like a young, they were in their 30s. She's like, "Nope, I'm not with this fucking shitbag group." But my night's ruined because of the shitbag group.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She's like, "Nope," and I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not even looking over to the side." And that's another thing. This comic's like, normally, why don't you just perform to the other side? I'm like, are you teach?
Yeah, we're in a class right now. Shut the fuck up. As a comic, we should be allies hating them.
Yes.
Be fucking telling me
how it should be done and how you could have done it differently.
That's what I do.
Right.
If I'm on a show, another comic, and the crowd sucks, I join in with them.
Right.
I gotta give, even if I don't think it was.
Yes, right.
It's not the time.
No.
Be like, that crowd's like, yeah, they did suck, man. Fuck them.
Yeah, man. Right. And he's like, why don't you? I'm like, because first off, there's people all over the showroom that want to be a part of the show. I never address rowdy people unless to shut them down, but I never stir them back up.
No, I just say, shut up back there.
Yeah,
I was like, when Uncle Vinny's 2 weeks ago, a drunk group of dudes I knew from high school, I haven't seen in 20-something years, come out to see me.
Right.
And they were fine, but then there was this one part where they're just talking at full volume. In the last 20 minutes of my set, I go, hey, shut up back there. They're like, we were just talking about that joke he did, how funny it was. I'm like, we'll talk about it after. Or whatever.
I can't even understand it. I can't understand.
People. I did the thing with the ring, but that joke, and they're like, dude, we couldn't help but talk about it. It was just so funny.
You could have helped.
Yeah, but they were they came in sauced. I'm like, oh boy.
Right.
I just see them come in like, dude, what? This is BYOB. We'll be right back. It's like, oh, good.
Right.
You're already fucked.
Yeah.
Like, we almost didn't make it.
Yeah.
I was like, I can tell. Oh.
I think I've had family. Oh, yeah. When we did a convention in North Carolina, I remember my family I was like, there's only 2 people in this room talking, and it's my family.
Isn't that the worst?
How the fuck are my family talking?
Yeah.
How are you talking?
Yeah, that night, anyone that quote-unquote came to see me, even though I haven't seen these people,
are the ones
were the problem. I posted a video yesterday.
I saw that.
Jarrett, he's just sauced, big meathead. After I say goodnight after the show, he stands up in front of the stage to give me a big hug. That's how I ended my show. I came off stage and hugged this big feet. I'm like, good night, everybody. Just stands up. He's like,
like it was a sole performance for him.
So, yeah, it was pretty fun. I got a big laugh, like because it was just ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous. But I'm like, yeah, of course, everyone was like,
yeah. So it was a rough crowd. It was from the beginning.
Rough crowd, and you weren't in your right frame of mind.
Yes.
That's always equals disaster.
Right. And like,
there's some nights, I'm telling you, like, there's some times when you always say the show must go on.
Right.
Like, I remember coming from the hospital I've seen before my dad died, I've seen him in the hospital.
Right.
One time with stuff hooked up to him.
You had to do a show. This was at Joker's. And I told
that I just came from the hospital.
No, you didn't. You got the phone call. Remember from your brother?
Right.
Said your dad.
He's in the hospital.
He's home in the hospital. Dad, I went to the house. He didn't look good.
Yes.
And you were at
And I bombed that night.
Yeah. So it's funny.
And I bombed the NA convention after seeing my dad all put up in tubes and stuff.
Right. That night, when Saturday night, Walt comes and we were talking about you. I forget what he was saying. Like, how you're Uncle Vinny's all the time because he asked me, and I was like about Uncle Vinny's. And I told him why I don't really go there, but he's like, Joe's always there. I'm like, yeah, Joe's there. And he's like, I gotta go see him. The only time I ever saw him was here, and he was bombed so bad, and Mike even lit him in 18 minutes. He's like, I gotta light him early. He's just not doing well. And I'm like, yeah, that day, 7 minutes before he went on stage, he got a phone call from his brother that his dad looked like he was dead, and he had to take him to the hospital. Like, Dad looks really bad.
Yeah.
He was all bloated.
Yeah.
Full of fluid. He's like, I got to take Dad to the hospital. I was like, he learned about that, got the phone call when we were eating, and then had to go on stage. He's like, really? I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, that's why he was like the way he was.
Yeah, and I never wanted to go back there because I bombed, which is fine. I've bombed before, but they treated me like I had the plague. Like, they didn't talk to me the rest of the night. And I'm like, ew. Like, part of me was like, ew. Like,
yeah.
Like,
but let me ask you a question. I get it. But you ever been in a show where the guy bombed and he bombed? Don't you feel uncomfortable around him?
No, I do, but as a
performer, you're a little more understanding. Like, hey, what's
but
up,
I'm talking like I got.
Yeah, like you had. You
had
leprosy.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wanted you to walk home. No.
It bothered me.
No,
it bothered me that people would treat me like that after that.
Right.
Like, I'm already feeling like shit. Don't make me feel like more shit.
Absolutely. But we're the performer, so we get that.
Right.
But
whatever. I can still bomb at your place, Walt. You never know. On any given night, it could happen.
Yeah. But I was saying what added to it. When we buried my father, we had my father's funeral that day on a Friday. I had to drive Saturday, right? I had to drive all the way up to Connecticut and perform that night.
Yeah,
and I did really well because it was like an escape.
Yeah.
And I think they were a good crowd. One person.
You see, I always thought that's what it would be, an escape. Well, the Joker's one, I didn't have time to worry if it was an escape. It was just in my head. Yeah. But the one I went right from the hospital to, I was like, I need this just to get out of my head. Didn't work.
Right.
Just was like, what?
Yeah, you're foggy. And like I was.
Well, because you know what it is? It's like, okay, if you're that foggy, now if it's some hot crowd that like you start off and they give you love.
See, look, my nephew.
Oh, and Joe.
Mike and Joe. There you go. That's what
if like I'm in a fog and I get up and they're loving me, I can pull out of that fog.
Right.
But if it's a moment of a battle, I'm just gonna go down the hole.
Right.
Because you're like, okay, I have an ounce of happiness in me.
Yeah.
And if you suck it out of me in the first 5,
I don't have enough clicking up here.
It's just the worst feeling when you, like, whether you're feeling good or not good. Like when you go up there, you're like, hey, and you just throw out this one. It's like thud. You're like, man, really? You almost want to say that to them, like, really? But yeah,
it's,
it'll be funny if I do go up there one time and I eat it again, and I'm like, I don't know what happened. And
you get a phone call?
Nobody died today.
I was thinking about my dad. That's too late.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I can't tell you.
No, but he said he wants to come see you at Uncle Vinny's.
Okay.
He said he's going to come down and see you one day.
Oh, good.
Uncle Vinny's like, he's like, I'm like, hey, he's there all the time. He does really well. He just, like I said, he got a bad phone call. He's like, I didn't even know that. I'm like, yeah, it happened 7 minutes before he went on stage. He had to go. He was in his head, miserable about his dad.
Yeah.
And because his brother was at the hospital, he's up here. How do I get out? You know what I mean? Like, there's just a lot going on. So he understood that. And he's like, well, I didn't even know that was going on.
Yeah. That's weird, too. I mean, I guess, as a club owner, too, you're like Dana, I've bombed, in front of Dana, insanely. And it's like, here's some more dates.
Right.
Like, I feel like some people, understand, yo, this shit could happen.
Yeah, 100%. But that was your first.
That was my first.
That's
the first
always,
is bad. No, that's why I never even contacted again to even try. When it's the first one, you're like, I'm not even going to go for this.
He's nothing. I was trying to prove myself.
Right, I was trying to prove myself, and I proved nothing.
I proved that he should not respond to my emails.
I proved that I will never send an email. That's what I did prove. I did prove that. No, So that's he'll come to Uncle Vinny's, and I'll eat that. I'd be like,
I don't know.
Anytime I see Walt, if I'm bombing, I'd be like, you won't be this phone call I got.
Just act like it when you're going on stage.
I'd be like, it's fucking. Yeah, as I'm walking up, be like, I got this phone call.
That's what you gotta say, and then try your jokes.
Is it you? Because every time around you, I get shitty phone calls, man. I think it. I don't know, man. Cause I remember I ran into him because you bomb at his club. They treat me like the plague. And then I think I ran into him at Gotham. Like, yo, Joe, what's up? And they gave me a hug. I was like, huh? It just threw me. I'm like, all right. Because in your head, you're like, man, these motherfuckers hate me.
Right. Yeah, that was
want to take the sword off their fucking man. Off the night and stab myself. I'm just going to end this death right now.
It's not there anymore. You know that, right?
Nah, I wouldn't. No, I don't go there anymore.
No, it's not at that castle. It's across the street from the castle in a bowling alley. But it's not in a bowling alley. It's
Good evening, everyone.
You can if you put your hair. Like, I always joke. Like, when I joke, I go, it's the bowling alley is behind the wall back here. You're not really a part of the bowling. Like, it's a bar and a restaurant. A bar and a restaurant connected to the bowling alley. So you can go into it to get to the bowling alley.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like its own name, the GW Bar and Grill. But the stage wall is behind the stage wall.
Is the bowling alley?
So if I am up there, I can hear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like last night, on a Saturday night, I was like trying to not be angry. I'm like, you got a spare. Good job. That guy just got a spare. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can hear it, and I'm like trying to make fun of that.
Same size room as the last one?
Yeah, I would say about the same.
Yeah.
But more perfectly square.
Yeah.
Now the thing is like the bar right next door plays a lot of music, but it's like the door, but you don't hear it. Like, he has his podium set up right next to the door, so he hears the music. He thinks that it's too loud for the showroom, but I don't hear it at all.
Huh.
You don't hear it at all. But it was a
trying evening for Mr. Gaffney.
Yes.
Very trying,
to say the least. But then, last night, you go out and I do the clean show at LOL's. And
you do clean shows there?
The first show was family friendly.
Oh, okay.
And then the rest of them, regular shows. But they sell the first one as a family friendly show. It starts at 8:15.
Yeah.
Earlier crowd for the tourists that want to bring their kids. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
It's I like that show the best. Now, LOL's audiences, because they're right on Times Square, they just seem not as. Now, I don't do the late shows, so the late shows could be just as bad as the old late shows with the crowds, like hood rat crowds.
Yeah.
But the earlier shows, I do the 3 shows, they're never. People from everywhere, Sweden, Norway, everybody's from around the world, which is awesome because if you can kill in a room of 50 people that are from around the world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got some universal shit right there.
So the only time like I don't know if Reese's peanut butter cups are a thing in other countries.
Yeah.
Their own brand. So that's sometimes that joke will be like, but you can see people like, what is that? You know what I mean? What is he talking?
Yeah.
Home Depot, though, everybody knows what it is, I think. Because I said Home Depot and everybody got it. But these like 3 ladies, one's from Australia, 2 were from Canada, older women. They came up to me and she goes, "You are so entertaining. It was so great to see you. You entertained us the whole night. It was so nice to be entertained." You know what I mean? So like people who get it, like, and they're old people. They were like, "You entertained us. We wanted to pay for entertainment, and you were entertainment."
Yeah.
You know. Then you get the assholes at the fundraiser want to talk to you and fuck with you. But I love my job. So.
No, it's good. You know, it's just you know. I guess part of it is, you know, sometimes it can shit the bed. Yeah. It's just the art form. Uh-huh. I've been around musicians where the crowd's like, "You suck." Right. You're like, there's nothing sad.
That's what you're playing. It is sucky.
Nah, but like we used to play these, you know, my old band when I was in my 20s, you'd play like these nights where it's like a couple bands at like Maxwell's in Hoboken.
Yeah, like most of them, they're the other fans of the band.
So like typically a lot of these nights, you know your spot, and most of the people coming to see you will be like hovered around then.
Right. Yeah. And then they back up and they let the other bands.
Yeah, and it's never really that full, but there's always some of those bands that like would really get into it even when no one was there. Yeah, like not being in the moment.
Yeah. Like doing the joke.
Like people were saying you suck, and he's doing the Steven Tyler, putting the mic out to them. It's like, they just said you suck. Do you want them to say you suck louder?
You want that?
You suck. Loud. You suck. Loud. Fucking doing this with the boa and everything. You're like, we never got to use suck, but we've been with people.
Right.
Because we just kind of did our thing. Mm-hmm. We did.
How many times did you perform at Maxwell's?
A few times. That was like a...
Oh, you were in your 20s at the time.
Yeah.
My buddy's band played it a lot. Blue Channel, do you ever remember them?
Nah.
You won't remember band names if
I definitely wouldn't. No, because you didn't. It's not like comics where you all hang out after. It's like literally like...
Right. Brian guy. Remember Brian that went up to the Buffalo Wings?
Yeah.
That kid.
Okay.
When they were in a band, though, like 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, but I think they in the 90s too. But
yeah, this was more 90s.
Yeah, like early 90s, like 90s.
Late 90s.
So he was too. They're
like so
95 on, I think.
Yeah, so I got clean 95.
Oh, so you were clean.
I was clean. Okay. Yeah, my sponsor was the singer.
Oh, nice.
He's a good singer, man.
What was the name of the group? Serenity?
Serenity. No, that was 6 Cents.
Oh, nice.
We're good. I have actually, if you go on my Facebook, people, I have like a 30-minute, 20-minute clip of one of our shows.
A 30-minute, 20?
30 or 20-minute clip, something like that. 30, 20-minute clip of me on bass. I'm in overalls with no T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I got highlights in my hair because I was dating a hairstylist at the time.
Nice.
And I like spiked hair with highlights.
Ah, look at you, sexy Joe.
I'm saying I'm pretty proud of that video. The bass lines are pretty good, man. Yeah. People will watch it like, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm like, yeah. Actually, I just found that bass guitar.
Okay.
Because that was at my dad's house, and it was weird. I had these boxes from my dad died over 3 years ago, and I cleaned out his house.
Right.
And I had all this shit that I still never opened since that day.
Really?
And like I put a lot of stuff in my old shed.
Right.
And one of them was that old bass guitar. So I'm gonna take it out and start playing.
It'll play.
Oh yeah, it'll
have
play.
To be like near a humidified room or something like that. Does it have to be? The temperature doesn't the temperature fuck with it?
No, it's fine. I mean, you'd see if it was all fucked. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, the shed was dry.
Yeah, but it doesn't go too. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the best thing for it, but
right.
It's
fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I used to take it to the guitar shop and have it tuned up and put some, if he sees anything wrong with it, fix it up.
Yeah.
But I've been wanting to play the bass a little bit.
Okay. Nice.
No, those were good years, man. Oh, the band years. Those were the best, man. Oh my God, the girls.
Yeah.
Just nothing like comedy. Comedy, it's like just.
I know.
But like you're a mediocre band. The girls just want to be with you.
Right.
Like you were awesome. I'm like, yeah, man. It was tough being clean though, because they want to party.
Yeah. No. Right. No, it's saying no with comedy with that part.
Yeah.
They don't want to drink and get drunk and
yeah. See, I don't know. My act is talking about being married, so it's not like anyone's gonna be like, hey.
Right.
You know?
I could talk about being clean and sober on stage. Get off stage, where they're like, "Want to go get fucked up?" I'm like, "Did you remember I was talking?"
Oh, yeah, they're like, oh, that was the joke?
That was real? Like,
I remember saying to somebody, I go, if I can make up anything about myself,
why would I
choose
boring?
that? I would be like, oh, yeah, I did drugs. I went to rehab. Be like,
Yeah.
why would I want to make that persona?
Yeah.
What an odd choice.
Yeah, really?
I can be anything.
Yeah.
I can be
I was a
anything.
pilot.
Now, people tell me it throws them because I'm so young to be clean so long.
Right.
So they like, whoa, man.
Yeah.
They just can't believe it.
How old were you when you got clean?
20.
Okay. So, but I got clean when I was, almost 24, and people kind of like think, oh, well, that makes sense because, that's when they were like probably like heavy in their age. And now they're older and they matured and grew past that. I needed help to get past that. They didn't.
Yeah.
So they can look back and go, 24? Oh, yeah, they probably partied hard. At 20, they're like, why so young? You still got, you know what I mean? It's like, because I was a disaster. That's why.
Yeah, I was like explaining it to someone actually recently because they're like, you hit bottom so young? And I was like, actually, that was the second time I got clean.
Right.
I go, everyone thinks of bottoms as like this.
Under a bridge. Yeah.
I was like, I'm sure all these people that are at that point have had signs leading up to that.
Right.
I felt at this moment in my life there was a sign that I should
get
help, and I did, and it worked that time.
Right.
So
I didn't take any, there's a threshold of pain. I was miserable and not happy, and I did every night say, I hope tomorrow I can get up and not get high. That was my whole thing.
Yeah.
Like every night I would go to sleep, I'm like, I hope tomorrow I don't get high, man. What the fuck? I can't not get high. So then I would get up and get high. I would go rob somebody.
Well, because like I tell people, I had no other life.
Yeah.
Like I remember consciously trying to get clean on my own, saying like I don't want to get high no more.
Right.
So you're like, all right,
and now
I'm not calling my friends, and so I
sit
have
in
no
my room.
other friends. Especially that time, I'm 20, so all the people that didn't do drugs that I knew were like either off to college. I just didn't. I had nothing.
No, there was no plan B.
There was no plan B, so I would sit home.
Yeah.
So I'd be clean for 2 days.
Yeah,
And then I'd be bored. Then my one friend would call, be like, "Yo, you want to go out?" Yes, I do.
Yes.
Because I've just spent 2 days in my head.
Right.
I could use some drugs right now. I really. I could.
This has not been a vacation.
It's not been a vacation.
Yeah.
And
Same story.
yeah,
Same thing.
it's like it's just, and that's what I tell people. I'm like, I like getting clean got bad people out of my life, good people into my life,
right.
and then it taught me how to choose better people in my life.
Right. No, yeah, absolutely.
I don't hang out with a lot of people in recovery, but all the people in my life are not drug addicts.
Oh, not dirtbags.
Right.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? They're not. It's just I was young, I was on the wrong path, and somebody steered me.
Right.
It's like it's just crazy to me that people are still baffled by that. They're like, "But what do you mean, man? Like you went to the meetings?
Right.
Like you were like, yeah, man." And it was actually good.
Right.
I wasn't tortured there.
Right.
Like I tell people, I'm like, you think I spent 10 years of my life there, like 4 to 5 days a week for 10 years because I was miserable there?
Right.
No.
Right.
I was actually having a good time. I was happy for once in my life.
Yep.
And then I stopped liking them. But then that's a whole other
That's a
story.
different
And then
We're not going there.
yeah.
No, my same story.
All in our heads and need drugs now podcast.
The same thing. I did have no other thing to do, right? I did work when I went to work just to rob them. I wasn't like a productive member of society. I punched in, stole shit, robbed money, punched out, got high, stayed up all night, went to work, punched in, robbed them. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then I would be up until 6 a.m. going, I just don't want to do this again. Go to sleep for an hour, go to work, and then it's like I never even thought about stopping. Just go get high. Then I got fired because they finally caught me because I'm not that good. And they caught me they have surveillance cameras at work and they taped the phone lines. Mm-hmm. I talked about how I was doing it, and they saw me doing it. Like you couldn't do more of saying, "Hey, yes, I'm robbing you," because I'm talking about it. I'm going to rob them now.
Yeah.
And then hung up and robbed them.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty, open shut case. But so they fired me, and for like that 6 months, I had no job. Now I'm hustling on the streets. I'm selling everything. I'm robbing my family. I got no way to get high. I'm getting high every day, but it's a fucking job. What I mean? It's a full-time job just to get drug money. So, but I would say I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. But where am I going? I would sit in my room and be like, well, now what? Then I got a job delivering pizzas, and I was making like, say $30 a night in tips, $40 a night in tips. Right, got $4 worth of crack, come back home. You know what I'm saying? And then just that was the night. And so I was like, but I didn't know how to stay clean. And then finally, I got caught robbing my family, and my mother was like, you need to go away. And I got so angry. I was like, I don't want to fucking go, but then I did. And I went away, and when I got out of detox, I said, I'm not going to a meeting. I'm not doing that shit. I'm just staying clean. I'm done. I feel great. I feel amazing. I can start from scratch, and here I go. Deliver some pizzas, went back to my house. I'm like, what am I doing? 3 days of video games and delivering pizza. I'm like, okay. You know what? I'm just going to go drink a beer. I'm going to go to the bar and drink a beer.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it into the bar. I pulled in front of the bar. I went to walk in, and my buddy was coming out of buying a pack of cigarettes. He's like, yo, what are you doing? I was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, getting ready to go to Harlem. I'm like, I'll drive you. They're like, we're going to smoke some crack. I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? That was like, that's how quick it was. And then when I got clean again, like a month later, I went back to detox, and I came out. I went to meetings, and it was because, and there was like a plan B.
Yeah.
There was plan B. I went bowling. I played pool. Like I did stuff. Like groups of people like, want to go to the movies? I'm like, I do want to go to. Haven't been to the movies in years.
Yeah.
Like it was just I did stuff. It was like living life without anything, and it was like fuck. I needed that.
Well, because you didn't think, because your whole life is people doing drugs, and you're like, people don't do drugs?
Right.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was talking with my wife about it when Frankie died, because, I told her what happened, and then she's like, don't these people know that it's going to kill them?
Right.
And I was like, it was that's a rational thought for irrational people.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't explain drug addiction to people.
Right.
I go, I still feel guilty. I'm clean 23 years.
Right.
I still feel guilty about going in my grandmother's purse to take 20s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And like I remember, I was telling her, I go, it hurts just like it did back then.
Right.
I go, but not back then. It didn't. I was in the mode.
Right. Right.
But I was like, the day before though, I wanted to quit.
Yes.
And then I'm dipping into grandma's.
Yeah.
And then stealing grandma's jewelry, and she knew I was. She's like, I knew you were taking money from me.
Right. Yeah.
She's like, wait, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. My father left it in his pants, so I would take it from him because I got arrested for robbing people on the streets. So he left it in his pants, so I would just steal it from him.
Yeah, but like I told her, I was like, I didn't feel bad about stealing from grandma until I got it, got my shit. I was in my car, snorted my shit. Shit wears off. Yeah. Now I hate myself. Yes. And I was like, it was just my everyday.
Right.
It was just my everyday. And then when I see my stepson is 17.
Right, right.
I just can't believe, because he looks like a child to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe the neighborhoods I was in at 17.
Right.
Driving into Webster Avenue in the Bronx, and it's 17. Like, just leaving my car there and going in buildings with people.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't do that now.
I know.
If you told me there was a stack of cash in there that I can have for free, I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But like you have to be on drugs to be.
Right. What if I told you in that building was the comedy booker that will put you on every television show? You just got to go in.
Oh yeah, I do that.
See?
Yeah.
I know
I would do it for the money too.
Yeah,
but it's still insane.
Yeah,
Would you like? I mean, I don't even know what that. It's been 23 years since I've been in that neighborhood.
Right.
And but crazy. I remember a cop going up to Harlem to buy Color Purple. That was what they called angel dust.
Right.
In the 90s, at least the stuff I was getting.
Yeah, that was.
So
Color Purple was the.
I pull up. Spot I always do, Color Purple, All of a sudden, the car door opens up, and I get pulled out. I'm like, I'm dead. That's the first thing. Someone's killing me.
Right.
There's a cop, some woman cop. She just puts me up against the car, takes my wallet out. She's like, Jersey?
Oh, yeah. They love that.
Does your mother know you coming to Harlem to buy angel dust, you piece of shit? I'm like, no. Why would my mother know that?
This is a trick question.
Well, this is how weird questioning this is. Do I look like I tell my mother these things? And she's like, get the fuck out of here. I was just like, wow. But you're just like, what did we do? We went around the corner.
Absolutely.
Go around the corner. Yeah. A cop just fucking took your drugs. Yeah. Didn't arrest you. Could have.
Oh, you had drugs on you?
Took the drugs.
Oh, you had it.
Had the drugs.
You got a bag of angel dust.
Got a bag of angel dust. I got it. The dude got it, went away. It's like right. It happened so fast.
Right.
That's why I thought something was happening to me, not a cop. Right. So I just get it, and then I get pulled out of the car.
Right.
And I'm like, ugh.
And so they just took the bag because they're trying to build a case on the spot, not you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're just trying to get enough on the spot.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of all that then. I didn't watch a lot of police procedurals back then. I wasn't. I wasn't.
I get it.
I never really got in trouble with the law.
Right.
I was never like, I just wasn't my bag. I never got arrested.
Right.
I never got nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was very scary for me, but not scary enough for me not to go around the corner to ask to find a new spot.
Yeah. We got pulled over. Me and Diego. Diego had my buddy had a stem in his. We didn't get the drugs yet. So Diego had a stem in his sneaker. We're on 139th Street in Harlem, in Broadway. So we're getting ready to go down to the spot. The cop pulls us over, and frisks us, and goes into Diego's sneaker, finds a stem. And I was like, "No, he's got me over here, and he's got a." We were like, "We're buying weed." And then he pulls out the stem. He's like, "You don't use this to smoke weed." I'm like, Diego, do you? He told me he was. Darn you!
You don't? We do.
Yeah. No, I was like, he had the stem, and I didn't know he had the stem.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was doing. Like Diego. Did
you turn into a homosexual?
Yes.
Mike tied his shirt through. Diego.
I did.
You said that was a thing that I didn't know you was doing things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I thought you quit that.
I thought you quit that. Diego. He's so crazy, officer.
That's just Diego being Diego.
Diego being Diego.
So then we get in the car. We drive down past the spot. We go he says, "Get the fuck back over that bridge now."
Yeah.
He takes my father's name because my father's a cop, so I give my father's card. He takes my father's name. We pull down a block. We pull over. Diego runs up. He just let us go. We are 1 block away. I pull over. Diego runs back up the block we just got pulled over on, into the spot, boom, down to the car, and then we go back over the bridge.
Yeah.
I get over the bridge, and I got it in my gut. I feel my father knows. I know he knows. So I said, I got to take a couple of hits. We pull in front of my house. I'm like, now Diego and me weren't allowed to be together. Like either one of our parents were like, you do not hang out. So I dropped Diego off at the park, and I go.
2 pieces of shit whose parents telling them the other is the piece of shit.
Yeah. No,
you can't be hanging out with pieces of shit like that.
We're both pieces of shit. Together, we're a big pile of shit. They don't want that. They'd rather pieces of shit alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I run to the house, and I just go in the house, and my father's like, "What the fuck were you doing in Harlem?" That guy already called. He called my father within the hour to tell him that I was in Harlem trying to cop crack. And I was like, Diego needed a ride. You know how he was doing. And he's like, I don't want you around him. You're not taking the car out. And I'm like, can I just go get a pack of cigarettes? He's like, hurry up. Gone. I didn't come back for like a day and a half. Yeah, I went to pick him up. Like, I fucking knew he knew. That fucking cop called. Called him as soon as I pulled away. But we didn't leave. Of course we didn't leave. Right? Copped and went. As soon as they pulled us over. The guilty feeling of robbing my mother and father, I didn't feel an ounce of guilt. Like, before doing it.
No, not before doing it. It's always after.
As soon as I did it, I would say to myself, I'm going to pay them back. One of these days, everything's going to work out for me, and I'm going to pay them all back. That's how I would justify it. One of these days, things are going to work out for me, and I'm going to pay him back.
Yeah.
So I would take the money. I went rob my uncle, who was an old. He's like my great uncle lived in a senior building. He was always in the hospital. And I would take the keys off my father and go rob his go rob his senior apartment while he's in the hospital. I would go rob all his money. He had like tons of money saved, like in a box. Like, he was old, World War One vet.
Oh wow.
I mean, he was like probably born in 1880. This nigga was old.
Yeah.
And he left. He just saved his money. He didn't do banks.
Yeah.
He saved his money in like dresser drawers and shit. And he had thousands of dollars. And I would just take 100 here, 100 there, 100. Just keep taking hundreds.
Oh wow. I only had family with 20s.
No, this dude had thousands of dollars. Because he had 5 brothers. He was the last one left. All their money went to him. And he just stashed it.
I remember being so desperate. 'Cause I remember, like, you just stealing whatever jewelry from people's houses. You're like at a house party. You're like, oh, let me grab some jewelry.
Right.
I remember being so desperate, jonesing one time. There was nothing for me to get.
Right.
And I tried bringing the dope man a cable box. Like I don't know, man. That's how whack I was. I was like, I get anything for this? He's like, what am I gonna do with this?
I still gotta pay for.
I'm like, I got nothing. That's what he goes, dude. You gotta stop coming back here, man.
Right.
I was like, fucking fuck you, man.
Well, because you're coming, you're bringing heat, and you're bringing no money. You're not working.
No, I know, but it was just
you're
like
not worth our time. You're annoying.
It was just so bad.
It's like when you used to come with chains, like.
It was it's funny though, because like when I tell people like I was such a young person when I did that, I'm like, man, I'm grateful I got it young. Like some people be like, man, you gave up that quick. It's like, how much longer was I supposed to do it so it's okay by you?
You know what though?
Like what? How much of my life am I supposed to destroy for you to be like?
I bet you though, 80% of the people who don't understand didn't even come close to that.
No, I know, but it's crazy that like instead of being like a wow, that's an amazing thing. It's almost like I feel like they want me to be ashamed of it.
Right.
But it's like, this wasn't like I was having the greatest time and wanted to torture myself. I was having a bad time.
They don't get it.
It was a bad, like there was no more, it was very few good times.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was still some good times. Like there would be even towards the end, it'd be like an old friend that like wasn't as messed up as me, but still be like, yo, we're doing like a bonfire. You want to come? We're just like smoking joints or drop some acid, just like this chill hippie fucking bongo thing they invited me to, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like they're just like these fucking camping Grateful Dead heads.
Yeah,
and you're just like, this is nice.
Yeah.
This isn't like the junkie.
The crackheads
Sitting in a car in a motel parking lot, not figuring plans.
Yes.
Like, we are having no plans that night. It was just like, I was just hoping I would come down from this acid they put me on. Because I was like, I don't know, man. I think this is permanent.
Yeah.
You Grateful Deadheads are.
But like, I didn't do that anymore. Like, for the last 4 years, all I did was smoke crack or sniff coke. Like, that's all I did.
No, but it was like my attempt to be normal.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? My attempt to go back to
I did that one
normal
time. I did acid, and I figured I'll do this, and I'll hang out with my friends, and we'll do acid.
Yeah.
But at like an hour in, I was like, I don't want just acid, man. I want the rest of the drugs. Like, I tried. It just like the last time I remember, I was like 20 years old, and this kid had a bunch of weed, and I had taken some mescaline, and I was going to go sniff coke. I was just going to get high. I wasn't going to fucking just do mescaline and weed. And he got me in a car, and we just smoked weed, and I did the mescaline and laughed, and that was the last time I remember just being fried. And I wasn't even 20. I was 19 years old. I was fucking still young. That's the last time I remember, woo, this is awesome. And then the very few times do I remember being with massive groups of people anymore. I stopped hanging out with everybody. I just went with one other person. We copped. We got high the whole night. I would drop him off at 3 a.m. He would have a bag of dope and go home, and I would come back to my house in fucking Jones until 7 a.m. before I had to go to work.
Yeah.
I just didn't. There was no more. There was no more fun.
Yeah, Woodstock 94 was my last fun before I got clean. So I got clean in 95.
Okay.
In March, and because I was with my brother and my friend Billy, and they weren't those types.
Right.
So it was almost like it was that hippie type atmosphere at Woodstock, and it was just the last time that I can recall where it was the way it used to be, like when you first start and you're just having fun with your friends.
Yeah.
Because once I came home from that, and then up until March, it was just like a miserable existence.
Right.
It's like, it's.
Well, I knew well before I actually stopped that I wasn't able to that the drinking a few beers and smoking weed and stuff like that just wasn't in me anymore. At this moment, I felt like I went to the hospital. I felt like if I can just get away from crack long enough, long enough, man, get it away from me. Coke and crack away from me for a year. Just give me a year away from that shit. Then I'll be able to smoke some weed again and do some dust. Drink a few beers. That was the plan. The plan was get 3 years and start smoking dust again. That was my plan.
Yeah.
But like after like being in the program for about 6 months, I was like, wait a second. This isn't a break from. This is permanent. We're not ever using. We're not trying to figure out how to use.
Yeah.
We're here to not ever use. Like, it took about 6 months for it to fucking click. I'm like, oh, what do we do? We're doing it for. This is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like you just wish you could, like, tell. Like, I have, somewhere up in my attic, I have a notebook. It was, like, my first, like, recovery notebook.
Right.
With, like, the shit my first sponsor had me writing on the first step and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've read it over the years, and it's just like, yeah, man, this is the guy that you thought gave up too soon. Read what I wrote.
Right.
I gave up right on time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I did. I was, even without drugs, I was a miserable human being. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just the drugs were just pounding my already miserableness.
I think people just see, like,
they see how good you are now. They see they just like, because I remember when I worked at IHOP. When I worked at IHOP, I had a few years clean. So I was a few years clean. You're like living life. You're in your 20s, good looking. You're just like happy. And these girls working at IHOP that would go drink and smoke pot after work. Like, but Joe, you are so fun, man. I want to get high with you. You would be the best. Right. I'm like, no, it ain't gonna be the best.
You don't get this guy
because you get. It's business, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
We get high, it's business. And
business.
You ask any, like, I remember, like, this girl, Pam, I dated, this little soccer Jew broad, and she, from high school.
Soccer Jew broad. I don't even know if that sentence ever.
Well, she was, like, on a soccer team, and whatever. She was, like, I was, whatever. She liked, she was hot, and then she wanted to hang, so I was fun. And then she wanted to come hang, like, with the guys, the drug guys. She's like, I want to come. I'm like, you don't want to. Listen,
yeah.
And then, man, tears. She never talked to me. Probably to this day, if I ran into her, she's like, get the fuck out of my life.
Right.
It's like, it's go time, baby.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. I'm good at IHOP. Pancakes, no drugs.
Yeah.
Fun, very fun. Guys, but
I remember one time we robbed. I think I told the story before. I robbed my buddy. This guy I work with. He used to work for a carpet guy. Carpet company. So we robbed the carpet.
Yeah.
And then we installed it in my dealer's daughter's bedroom.
Okay.
And she gave me, I can't even describe how much cocaine she gave me for that. All right? Just so much cocaine.
Yeah.
And we were sniffing at her house the whole time. She was the dealer. I mean, I can't even describe the amount. If I was to hold my hand like this, it would be piled like that. If I was to drop it, it would be that kind of a pile. Just an insane amount of cocaine.
Yeah.
And we were getting high at our house as we were doing the carpet. So we went back to this hotel, and I took the mirror off the wall, and I dumped out that big bag of cocaine, and I was with two guys who dabble in stuff. But they're just partiers. Like, they like to have fun.
Well, dabblers.
Little dabbles in fun. They very rarely are going to go. They're not robbing shit for cocaine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not.
Right.
They're not. They go out, drink a few beers with their friends, go see some girls. That's their thing.
Right.
So we break down the mirror. I pour it out on the mirror, and I'm like, "You guys got money?" And they're like, "For what?" I was like, "For coke." What the fuck you mean for what? They're like, we have alpine slopes here. What are we worrying about? And I'm like, "What do you think? This is an endless pile of cocaine? Where the fuck we going after this?" And both of them were like, "Dude, my one friend, I know him since I'm like 7 years old." He was like, "Dude, man, you gotta stop, man. You're worrying about it gone?" I'm like, "'Cause it's gonna be gone. And you're not gonna pitch in? You're not gonna get any cash? Are you gonna rob? You're not gonna do anything. You're going to go home. You'll be like, yeah, we're good. I'm not going to be good. This is a fucking conversation we had in a hotel. My friend's like, dude,
you're crazy.
You're crazy. You're nuts. I was like, yeah, that's what we're doing, though.
I don't know. I guess some people, like, I've even run into some comics, you're like, yeah, I did a few bumps and then went home last night. Few bumps and went home?
I don't understand.
It don't even work that way. Yeah. What are they selling you? Right. Are you snorting Pez? Yeah. Like, what do you... A few bumps and go home. Like, I don't think you're actually doing it. Like, yeah, yeah. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what that means.
Right.
Or you're just you have the greatest luck.
Yeah.
I just
like a bump and like so. And
or like people like, how'd you get such a problem? I go, how about we turn it on you for a change? How'd you not get a problem? Right. You know, these are designed to fuck up your life. Yes. Like, so either you never did them or you had bad ones, or I don't know what happened with you. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like
when somebody doesn't have, they say they did cocaine, they don't have like a cocaine story where it went 2 days, fucking strung out, haven't eaten, can't see straight.
Yeah.
That's if you don't have that kind of cocaine story.
I feel like that's all the cocaine stories.
That is the cocaine. That's like the cocaine story.
Like, I remember like the first night I did it. That was the story. It was like 2 days later, we're like, oh my God, we've been up for 2 days.
Yeah.
You're like,
my son.
Because especially when you first start, because you have all sorts of money, a lot of allowance money from cutting the grass for a couple of years. You haven't really had nothing to spend it on for your video games. You're like, man, I got a wad I'm going through.
Yeah.
And it seems like a good idea. You're like, wow, an 8-ball is great.
Yeah.
Then you're like, can I get a cap? Oh, it was so sad when you like work very hard to get a little cap.
Yeah.
You're like, and your friends like and then you're with your friend. He's like, yo, you're gonna split.
Just like 2 bumps.
Split? What? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, we're supposed to split it. I'm sorry, I took it too fast. You can see what you can scrape out of there, boy. Split it. It's my grandma's 20.
Yeah. Me and my buddy robbed our families, and we never did that. But my buddy one time was like, dude, I keep taking the money from my girlfriend. What am I going to get to take home the fucking push? Because I would never let him take the push home. I would take the push. He's like, why do I can't get the push? You always get the push. I robbed my girlfriend.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go to your grandma's house, get your own 20. I thought you had stuff. Yeah. That's why you're with me. I didn't know it was share. Newbie. You haven't been in the game long, have you? Share. Barely called you.
But then I talked to some guys who were comics. Like I talked to one girl, she's sober now and being a comedian. I'm like, I don't have the experience of being a comedian, getting high and drunk, and then not getting high and drunk and still doing comedy. I don't have that. I don't know what I would do. But then you hear these stories like some guys that get fucked up, and I think booze really fucks up comics more than cocaine. I think booze, because coke, like I remember Artie would do not RT, Artie.
Yeah, with a D.
Yeah, would get high on coke, and he would get fucking strung out and not show up, and that's what.
Yeah, because you just totally.
Yeah.
Your life just becomes. I mean, how many times have you got that call? Like, yo, where the fuck were you?
Right, yeah.
Where was it? Where's I supposed to be? Right, yeah. Like girlfriends be like, you're supposed to come over for dinner last night. Yeah. I was. You're just like, wow. You just because it's just once it's in you, you're just so it's over.
This is what it's about.
It's the ultimate self-centeredness.
Oh my God!
I think that's why comedy. There's so many addicts in comedy, and comedy works for addicts
because it's
a very self-centered pursuit.
Yes.
It gives you a mad rush. It's got big lows. It's a very addictive thing. You know what I mean?
Said that to me.
I said that because people like I run into friends that are like, how'd you get into this? Like my friend Billy who came to my show at Uncle Vinny's. He's like, how'd you get into this? I was like, I just started going to open mics just for fun. Then it just snowballs. You just start meeting people, and it just turns into something.
Yeah.
There's no, and then I said it's very much like addiction.
Oh yeah.
I go up, you do it, you do good, and it's like, this is fucking great. I'm doing this every day.
Yeah.
Like then you bomb, and you're like, I'm never doing this again. Yeah. And then you're home, you're like, one more time. Yeah. And then it's just the same. And I say it's still to this day. Like I go, sometimes I'll be like, man, I want to quit. I just don't want to. I'm just so annoyed with everything. Then you have a good show. You're like, I fucking love this. You know what I mean? It's so weird, man.
So funny. Yeah, one good spot, like you could totally see yourself on television. Like I could do. Man. Why? What am I
it's the same drug delusion.
Yes,
it's like
absolutely.
like when you used to do coke and you're telling people I'm going back to college. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
right.
dude. I'm going to college.
Absolutely.
I'm getting a job, dude.
Yes.
My mother been wanting me to do this thing for her. I'm gonna do that for her. Like
My mother been wanting me to do this thing for her. I'm gonna do that for her. You said nothing but something. Like it was, my mother wanted me to do this thing for
But
her.
yeah,
I'm gonna do that for her.
well, that's why I try and do this. Like Chris Rock said one time in an interview, and I actually try and do it ever since I heard it years ago. Where he's like, "You're the most creative when you just get off stage from killing. Your brain's firing.
Oh, yeah.
You are
Right,
feeling good." And he's like,
Right.
just like start jotting down stuff.
Right,
Like
right.
sometimes you'll see me run to my notebook and just start either
Yeah.
writing down things that I said that I didn't want to say,
Right.
or you like just you're very creative at
No,
that
you're right.
point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
true.
It's like
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, you get a little delusional. You need delusion.
No,
You need delusion to be a quality drug
Chase.
addict, and you need
A delusion to chase a little bit. If you're not,
Yeah.
if you have a little delusion, what are you chasing?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let's go into business together on coke. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. It's that man. Fucking those types of conversations. I've had those recorded. Oh, just the.
No.
I remember one time when my brother like asked me if I was doing coke because I was home, just like going through the cabinets and
Right.
just pop, 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 pop. But he's like, "The fuck is wrong? Are you
Were
on
you?
coke?" I'm like, "Why are you accusing me?"
Was it?
Of course I was.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was like.
No, I
just
was
anxiety.
No, I was. Da, da, da. And he's like, "You doing coke?" I'm like, "Yeah." What? Why would you? He's like, "Well, you fucking. I see your ribs.
Yeah.
You're yapping. It's 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
Tell me all the shit you're doing tomorrow. Why you gotta accuse me of shit? Fuck you, man."
I remember laying in my bed and I couldn't fall asleep. Never fall asleep. And
The birds chirping.
And my mother, if they heard me awake at 5 a.m, they would have known that I'm getting high.
Yeah.
So I would like it. You remember like when you're trying to like still, just to look like you're sleeping. And
Your heart's just.
and you think everyone hears it.
Oh yeah.
You put your hand on the pillow. It sounds like it sounds so loud. You know what I mean? Like everything sounds so loud. I'm just like. And I'm fucking high as a kite in my room, just like, and I still got coke. I'm still doing it, and I'm like trying not to be awake. And my mother hears me.
I laugh because I relate.
Right? My mother hears me, and she's like, "Are you up in there?" So I put a nightlight on, and I take out a Bible.
The Bible.
And she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I just been going to the Bible. Here's what happened." What? And then I start going off on this theory on evolution versus Adam and Eve. Like, why? How am I learning about? How did I learn about that in high school? Grammar school about Adam and Eve. But then I learned about evolution. What's happening? I don't even know what to believe anymore. And like, I made crocodile tears come down. And she's like in the kitchen. Mom was like, I don't even know how to talk. I don't know what's wrong, son. I wish I could help you. And I was like, it's all right. That's what I've been going through. It's what I've been. and then I went back to my room. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Just to get off of that. Like, so she didn't think I was getting high, that I was up. She knew. I mean, what kind of maniac is at 5 in the morning?
Yeah, you think they don't know, but yeah.
I'm 16, 17 years old, scouring through a children's Bible with pictures of Jesus like drawn out. Like it wasn't even a real Bible. It was a child's Bible I was going through.
Oh my god! So like I said, I was in high school and I was doing all this shit. So it's like you get like grounded or whatever. She's like, you ain't going out. I'm like, so like after school, I'd go to New Brunswick or to Jamesburg, pick up some blow, bring it home. I'm grounded. I'm gonna be high tonight.
Right.
Which is like the worst idea because I remember telling my mom like, I'm gonna go take a bath. She goes, take a bath. So I was like,
Your aunt?
I'm gonna take it. So I'm in there. So I put the bath on. I'm just doing lines in my bathroom.
Right.
And she's like, how long are you gonna fucking be in there? I was there for like 2.5 hours. It's totally lost track of time. I'm all just in the bath. I'm thinking I'm just taking a quick bath, doing a couple lines, like 2.5, 3 hours later. Just like, what's going on? Are you getting high in there? I'm like, why are you accusing me of shit?
Bath water's ice cold.
Well, it's just crazy. Oh my god! I'm gonna take a bath.
I would sit on the toilet, when I was sniffing coke and smoking crack, but I would sit on the toilet in my bathroom and just, I don't know if you did, and this is how I was. I would sit on my toilet, I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating, 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow.
Sitting on my toilet, my feet would be purple.
This is pre-cell phone sitting on toilet for 3 hours.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm not shitting. My pants are down because I'm acting like I'm shitting. I'm in my...
Oh, you're very, method actor.
Well, I have to because I don't want my parents to know I'm getting high in my room.
Yeah.
So this was when we moved to Maywood. I lived upstairs. My room was upstairs and my bathroom was upstairs. So I'm sitting on the toilet. If you go to my bathroom now, the sink, just burn marks across the sink from my cigarettes.
Leaving the cigarettes there.
And I would just be on the toilet, feet purple, body numb, and I would just keep flushing the toilet. So they didn't hear it, the sniff.
Wow.
And then I would just sit there. Oh, and then when I was smoking crack, it was... So they wouldn't hear the lighter. I had to do it in the bathroom. Now, they were downstairs, and there was an office. They had to come up the stairs, through the office, through this door, into my room. So, like, I would hear them come up if I was just can sit in my room and smoke crack. But I wouldn't. I stay in the bathroom. So they wouldn't. My father's not going to just walk into the bathroom.
Yeah.
So the door's locked. I'm in my bathroom. So
yeah.
They never. I mean, we're talking 15,000 nights of me being up there. Yeah. Never once did my parents come upstairs. Never once. But every single night I was in that bathroom stuck because I was afraid they were going to come up.
Speaking of bathrooms, I'm going to cut to your camera so you're full screen. I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh. I don't know what to say, guys. So, anyway, he's just left me hanging. He went to the bathroom. So, usually, this is the problem I have with him. This is a conversation. This isn't all in my own head. It's all in our heads. Multiple fucking heads. Not just one head, multiple heads. So it's a conversation. I say shit, he says shit back to me. That's how this works. But now that he's gone, I'm just going to talk randomly to nobody about the same shit I was just talking about? That, like, you would expect a response, like a nod, like, oh, I can relate. Who's here to relate? Cody? Cody's fucking sleeping on the floor. Doesn't even care what I'm saying. So I'm just talking to myself, talking to you guys, if you're even paying attention. This is what he does to me. Does it and leaves, and then has a problem because I don't know how to fill the time because he put the cameras on me, and that's supposed to be good enough. That was supposed to be good enough. And if you're listening to the audio, Joe went to the bathroom, and now I just got to fill time. And I was talking about getting high and people who don't understand how you got clean. Oh, my God, you got clean so young. You got clean so young because you probably didn't live it this way. If you didn't sniff coke for 2 days straight, throwing up, can't... Hey, welcome back.
How's your story go?
I just talked about how you left me hanging. That's what I talked
Really?
about. Yeah.
Why? You couldn't tell them nice stories?
No, because I said this, and I'll tell you what I said.
All right.
The name of the show is all in our heads.
I know, but I had to pee, and I didn't want to end the cast.
I got it. But when you leave the room and leave me by myself, it's just me talking to myself. This is a conversation. You leave the middle of the conversation, it's just me by myself.
Yeah, but you got the listeners.
But I can't, nobody's listening.
You used to do the Mike Gaffney show. You used to be by yourself.
That was nobody. I wasn't doing it live. I was just recording a podcast, shit in my head. But it would be. I wouldn't start mid conversation like.
I know.
So anyway, I had goodbye.
To pee.
Boom.
Had to pee.
That's all right.
I was speaking of addiction. I was.
Yes.
I was actually talking to my wife about this. She was laughing at me. I was like, I was on the porch the other day,
right,
with the dog. It was like 2 days ago. Day before it rained really like all day. It was that Monday night, I think.
Right.
It was a beautiful fall night. I'm out there with him, and I'm like, I would love a cigar right now. This is like cigar weather.
You post that.
I told her, I'm like, I want to smoke cigars, but I'm afraid it's going to lead me back to cigarette addiction. Right. And I'm like, she was laughing at me. I'm like,
well, I quit cigarettes. I smoked 3.5 packs a day, and I smoked cigars a few years later, and I've never picked up a cigarette since.
Yeah, nor do I want to become some habitual cigar smoker.
Well, that's an option.
Nah, I know. I wish they had like nicotine-less cigars.
Fucking 12-year-old.
No. Carrie goes. She goes, yeah, but you're gonna get addicted to like the whole minutia. That's
with cigars. It is a ritual.
And then she goes, I was like, they should make lollipop cigars. She goes, yeah, they should.
What are you doing?
I was like, but they wouldn't be good with like just something for me to.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah. That's fine.
So you want to sit on the porch on a nice fall night and just do this. This is the part that's fucking...
No, I don't want to get addicted to anything.
I don't know.
I don't want to get addicted to something again.
I get it. I hear you.
But I do. It's like the fire pit and the cigar. It just seems nice.
Yeah. When I was in Vegas, I smoked like 3 or 4 cigars. I haven't smoked cigars in years, but I was smoking cigars, man.
I'm thinking about trying it because it's like I know I could probably quit. I've quit cigarettes. I was a insane cigarette smoking.
I'll be honest with you. I was in Vegas. I smoked like 3 or 4, and I used to smoke a lot, especially when I had my own house in the basement. Every night, smoke cigars, play poker. But I used to smoke every night. I used to go to the city, get some hot dogs, get a cigar, walk by the Comedy Cellar, smoke cigars, drink an ice mocha. And that was like my life. But if you do it, like if you smoked a cigar tonight out by and then said, I'm not going to do it for another 2 weeks, maybe have some friends over, we'll smoke a cigar outside. You do it like that, you can enjoy a good cigar every once in a while.
I think I'm going to try that.
I think Paul Verzi and me were talking about this out in front of the Comedy Cellar a few months ago. He said he's trying to stop because he just kept smoking. He's like, he wants to enjoy it in the backyard. Like
that's what I want. Like it was just that night. It's like it was just nice. We're both out there chilling, no bugs. You're just like, I want to puff on some shit. You know what I mean?
No bugs.
It's hard to hang out there when there's bugs.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I was very
cigar smoke keeps them away though.
Does it? I have to do it now.
Yeah.
That settles it.
I think it does.
I don't want to get mouth cancer either.
That's another thing. That's another downfall to it.
Yeah, I should go get some like little cigars, like something small. You know what I mean?
You get a little robusto, little bad boy, little fat bad boy. Cut the tip.
No, we'll do
out for 45 minutes.
Next Wednesday, wild card game. We'll do
How did we get tickets the last time? Did you buy them?
I bought them. I didn't want to buy them because I had a lot more faith in last year's team to put out the money. I'm watching them from home this year. I'll go to a division series game. I'll buy in the secondary market if they make it against the Red Sox. I'll go to that. I'm not doing the wild card again.
No,
I don't know. I just don't have faith in them.
Right.
For the one game.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for them.
Yes.
I want them to. I don't want to put out the money that night.
I got you.
But I'll put out the money to watch them play the Red Sox.
Right.
Or if they get further.
Yeah.
Whoever they play against.
Right.
Either the Indians or the Astros.
Right. Let's keep it one day at a time with them.
Right, but I'm saying we could do podcast out by the fire pit.
Okay.
I put the phone out there. We do the thing. Little cigars.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
I'll do that.
Maybe we'll have like a guest on, like KP Burke come by.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a big Yankee fan.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, Mike? Can you elaborate on that?
What's wrong with your eye, Mike?
Oh, with your eye. I didn't see that.
Not you. It's you eye.
Is that you starting to dig in there again? I haven't noticed.
I always, how I scratch my eye every once in a while. Probably what it was.
Yeah, it's making my eyes itch now.
I don't remember what scratch them, but I do all the time. Is there something? Maybe my eyes fucked up.
Let me see. Oh. No.
Fucking asshole.
Oh. But is the like I know when I used to smoke cigarettes. Like just talking about it right now, I'm jonesing for a cigarette, and that's why I'm afraid with the cigar.
No, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Like when you do a cigar, do you just jones for like a day after? Like
I didn't. That's what I was saying. I used to not jones. It became a habit to smoke. Like it was a routine.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't do it.
Versus more of I need a cigar. But when me and Frank would hang out, Frank would be like, want to get a couple cigar? Like it was as soon as he said it.
I'll do it. Fine.
I'm like, yeah, let's get a cigar. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, so Frank would be like, I'm going to smoke a cigar. And I'm like, as soon as he said it, I'm like, yeah, let's get a cigar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sounds nice.
There was like a place in the village called Three Indians Cigar, and they had their own house brand. Other than the other brands, they had their own house brand, and it was cured in a barn with a vat of brandy.
Yeah.
So they were not. It's not soaking. So the vat of brandy steams up into the barn where the leaves are hanging, where the cigar leaves are hanging, and it soaks up this brandy.
Yeah.
And dude, when you blew the smoke out, oh man, they're so great. They are so good. They were darker, like medium to heavy. But when you blew the smoke out, it was like this white. It was so good. But you would have to eat like a steak meal and like a big dessert, have a full stomach, and then hit this bad boy.
Yeah.
Every weekend, me and Frank did that. Every weekend. It was so good.
Maybe I should do that. I'll get steak for the grill. We'll do fucking
go.
cigars and Yankees and podcast.
There you go.
Next Wednesday.
There you go.
Weather permitting.
Weather. It's funny how you snuck that right in.
I was gonna I ain't gonna be fucking cooking in the rain.
No, I know, but I'm saying how you knew you were smart enough to say that at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna smoke cigar when I was on vacation on the cruise ship when we stopped at I think it was Grand Cayman. They had a cigar shop, all the Cuban cigars and stuff. And me and Conti were in there looking, and we was like, I don't know but we were going snorkeling.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to buy them and have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So we're like, we'll get them on the way back.
Right.
And we just forgot.
Good story, Joe.
No.
The hell was that?
I was disappointed. I'm saying.
Yeah, but I hear you. We were disappointed now too.
No, I know. Did you ever like start something? You thought there was more there, then you're like, it wasn't.
Nothing.
There's nothing there. I mean, my original story was telling you was
buy some stuff. We forgot.
And we didn't.
That was it.
And that's the type of riveting shit you get here on the Ownerheads podcast.
Yeah, she said I'm keep touching my eye.
Yeah, now that you keep touching your eye, now my fucking eye keeps itching.
I'm doing it so much, I do it so much that I'm not even noticing that I'm doing it. And there's no reason. It's not itchy or nothing. So
Sty?
No, I'm not touching. I don't
Infection?
even know. I'm not touching my eye.
Yeah.
To my knowledge.
Your eye's dying.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
I mean, I'm no doctor.
Yeah, no. I'm going to itch it just.
Ow, man. You're making my eye itch.
Exactly. I did that on purpose.
You can't do that.
Well, anyway.
Anywho.
Anything else?
Bill Cosby, bro.
I know.
Prison. Like right to prison.
I know.
Not like home to the mansion to chill.
No.
Right to prison. That's fucking crazy.
Yep.
All I kept doing was his voice, like in prison, like just hacky prison scenarios. Just sitting down, people in prison. I would like to talk to you about you trying to put it in my pooper. I don't like it. I don't want to be in your pooper. Don't taste like chocolate cake.
Or Jello pudding pops.
Yeah. That is great. Give me the chocolate. I don't want your chocolate cake. But it's crazy, man. That fucking. I'm just because you know he was a creep. And,
right.
And it's baffling to me because he was one of my favorite comedians, and it's just watching. I had the news on, and I see him just in handcuffs being led out of the courtroom. You're like. Fucking Bill Cosby going to prison, man. And it's crazy.
He's fucked up. He's right there.
He's right on the floor here sleeping, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so hard. I mean, like, I don't know what else. Like, maybe I'm just a different kind of human than a lot of people. I grew up loving Bill Cosby, right?
Me too.
And put this aside for a second. I know he did some horrendous shit to people.
The worst.
And he should be in prison for even longer. Okay, so let's put that.
Yeah,
aside.
I was shocked that it was only like.
Well, they can only get him for this one thing.
3 to 10 years.
Everyone's like, "Hey, those other charges didn't apply.
You see,
those other girls' cases didn't go. Just this one."
Yeah, but I thought even one is longer than that.
Right.
I thought for like it was O.J. Simpson said today he should watch out in prison because they don't like rapists.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna.
They're like he's gonna be in solid
geriatric ward.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, because he's old, so he's in a separate. He's in a low risk prison.
Yeah.
They put him there. They didn't put him in Max, and he's with the old people. So I'm not. So I'm gonna put that aside. That what he did was horrendous, and he belongs in prison. But as a fan of his comedy, that still was something. When I was younger, laughing and crying at Bill Cosby himself. I can't go back and erase that from what happened in my past because
no.
So,
but it's sad.
It's saddening for me because he was somebody that I admired as a comedian. I didn't know what he did. Now he's done it, so he is no longer somebody I admire at all. Which is like, wow, that sucks too. That sucks what he did. He made me a victim. He made other victims like I'm a victim because I really liked what he did, and I was like, he was like a hero to me. And now he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It sucks.
It blew me away, man.
Yeah.
I just was like, because you knew he got convicted. You knew
right.
But just seeing him, they're like, yeah, he's just going straight to prison.
Yeah.
Like I always thought it was gonna be like this. He'll go home, then they'll they'll give him the house arrest. He'll just be like,
denied that.
I know. I'm happy though.
Yeah.
Because
no, all the stuff that's happening to him after this, fuck him, he deserves.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Well, I still was a fan back when I was a kid. I still was a fan, and when I started doing comedy, I wanted to be like him. I did.
Yeah. Well, who wouldn't want to be like him?
Not his success.
The way he
can tell a story. The way he can.
When you watch comedians, especially East Coast comics,
right?
The way they just got a hammer. There's no. I mean, I saw Cosby live do 2 hours.
Right.
And he did 2 subjects.
Right.
In 2 hours.
Right.
And I was like, I remember watching, going, no comics I know have any balls.
Right.
This motherfucker has the faith in himself
that he can go quiet.
He can tell this,
yeah.
And when he hits, I'm talking 5 minutes. He could be talking,
right,
and then lays a punchline, and you have to recover from it.
Yes,
and not like like rapid, like not giving anybody a chance to breathe, and
right.
It's it was just I was in awe of that, just like that. You're like. I mean, no, that other way is a good way too, but I'm just saying it's like a
thing that you didn't see other people doing it. It looks impossible to do.
But I think when you watch comedians as they progress in age, like I even went and saw Burr.
He's doing
Burr's. I think as you see him just be more comfortable and like establish a whole thing.
Right.
It's not like wham, wham, wham.
Yeah.
Like he'll get you there. And then wham, wham, wham.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
but it's just, he was. I was in awe of that about Bill Cosby, the storytelling ability.
That's what I said. So like I when I first started, I was dating some girl, and I was like, when I first started, I was like, Bill Cosby, the way he tells a story. I saw Bill Cosby right after I started doing comedy. I saw him live, and I was like, just his ability to lean, have you leaning on the edge of your seat, like, what's he gonna say? He's not saying anything. Yeah. And he's just like has his faith, and he would drop the bomb, and you would start dying. I'm like, I want to do that. So I have this joke about my kids when they were young, for Christmas, and how they're opening gifts and they have batar. I don't know if you remember that joke.
Yeah.
Like that is a long story, right? About me talking about Christmas morning, and I almost can lean on the chair and tell it like a dad telling Christmas morning story. And this girl I was dating a long time ago was like, that's like your Bill Cosby type of joke.
Yeah.
You're able to like tell it long. So like, these are things that but now what he's done, he's out of my conversation about stand-up comedy. Can't talk about Bill Cosby.
No.
I can't talk about Bill Cosby. I can't talk about his style. I can't talk about him being an influence in my comedy because
that's tainted, man. It's just tainted.
Yeah.
It's just such a and for him, it's just such a disgusting.
Yeah.
Just so disgusting. But he's like the first. They were saying on the news, he's the first Me Too movement person to go to jail.
Right.
Yeah. And
I think if you do anything to a woman,
especially that drugging them, and
anything, anything to a woman, anything to anybody that is going to hurt them mentally, emotionally for years to come, you need to go away for a while. You need to go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not acceptable. I don't give a fuck what you thought. I don't care what you thought. I'm not even talking about anybody else.
His was just evil because some of these girls were going there to be with him.
Yeah.
Like I want to be with you.
Right.
Like you're Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And he still felt the need to knock them out.
Right.
And then they would wake up from it like, that's some.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could have me without doing this.
That's like even more diabolical. That's like that's insane.
It's nuts.
That's crazy to me. Yeah, it's.
So it was. I mean,
it was just sad for me to. I just was like,
it's sad because you think about all the years that he was in like our lives on TV.
That's what Godfrey was on TMZ. I was watching TMZ was on, and
Godfrey,
the comedian.
Yeah.
And they ask him about Bill Cosby. He's like, oh man, he's like, first off, awful what he did. He's like, but that dude was great for black people for years. And he said, like his TV show showing us that we can have a 2-family home, a 2-parent household, that they could be doctors and lawyers, like just like his experience growing up as a black kid,
right?
And with Bill Cosby, but he's like, but
Absolutely.
He's got to go to jail.
Of course.
But it's, you know what I mean? It's like...
I'm just saying, fast back to the 90s and the 80s, he was in everyone's home. He had the #1 show. It's fucking...
Well, they say he saved NBC.
Yeah.
Like, they were, like, on the verge of, like, bankruptcy in that show.
So, I mean, it was in everyone's home.
Fat fucking Albert.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. And I wasn't fat fucking Albert.
I know. If I just added it.
Yeah. Spice it up.
Spice it up. Because I know could talk to you. Can't be cursing in your comedy show. If you use the salty language, you don't need it. Just rape people. It's weird, too, that he was Mr. Clean, Mr. telling Eddie Murphy.
Those are the guys.
Yeah, those are the creeps.
Guys.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, those people that call themselves male feminists. Stay away from those guys. Those are creeps, man.
Those are the guys.
Nobody does rape jokes. Rapes.
Yes. Right. Right. Yeah.
Male feminists. Yeah. Anybody trying that hard to get close to women, just get watch the fuck out.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Right.
I've never called myself a feminist. Like, are you a feminist? I guess I just treat women right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was raised correctly
by a single mom who did. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't need to put a label on how I treat people.
Yeah. I'm not confused.
Yeah. I want you to have all the rights I do.
Yeah.
I want everybody to have that.
And I totally understand.
I want every human to have the rights I do.
I totally understand what it feels like. I mean, like to not flirt with somebody at work. I get that. I totally understand how to not make someone feel objectified. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Because I was raised that way. And I can read people. I'm pretty good at reading people.
Yeah.
When they're uncomfortable, I'm uncomfortable for them.
That is a weird thing, though, with even the work thing. You know how many people I know who met their wife or husband at work?
No, I know.
Like, it's crazy. But especially now, I'd tell people, kids or something, be like, don't even fuck around. It's it's lynch mobs going on out there.
Right.
Like, even if you don't even know what
good intention doesn't matter.
Good intention, right.
Yeah.
Especially at work.
Right.
Just,
Yeah, don't do it. It's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it at all. It's not worth it. It's just, there's, too much can go wrong. Not only, sexually, like just like you get in a relationship and you break up and you got to work with the girl and work with the guy. It's stupid. It's
I used to do that a lot in my younger days with any job I had. I used to always have like a relationship and you got to show up to work. I used to hate it in school.
Yep.
That's
why, like, when I was in the program, when I was going to meetings all the time, I only had one public relationship, and that was my baby mama.
Yeah.
Every other relationship I was in the program was no, what is it when you're public, when you kiss in public, what is it?
No public displays of affection?
Yeah, so PDAs, right?
Yeah.
None. Do not hold my hand at this meeting. Do not kiss me at this meeting. Do not fucking run up to me like we're a couple in this meeting.
In this section of the podcast called Romance with Mike Gaffney.
And I meant it because, for me and her, because then this way, this girl, if next month we stop seeing each other, it isn't weird for you to be sitting over there and me to be sitting over here, because that's what we've always done.
Yeah.
This isn't a date night. Just because we're at a meeting together.
Did you ever break up with a secret girlfriend at meetings and she's sharing about you as the asshole but like no one else knows? Like,
I know.
Hey, this piece of shit, fuck. You're like,
no, I was a good guy. I never really fucked anybody over.
Then you gotta like defend yourself. Yeah, this girl I was seeing, and people are making a connection. She's trying to call me a piece of shit. A lot of passive aggressive sharing.
Yes. Yeah. But I just would I was dating one girl and she grabbed my hand. I'm like, no. Go sit over there with your friends. I'm gonna sit with my friends, and then when we leave here, we go outside. We talk to people, our friends, and then when we go home, we'll go out and we'll be together when we leave here. Just because if you're always together in a meeting, when you break up, everyone's awkward.
Yeah.
If you just don't put it here, don't do it here. Just don't do it here, man. Let's be comfortable here always.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was my policy. I didn't date a lot. I have a lot of relationships. I only had a couple in the program that were relationships. Everybody else was just fooling around and hanging out with.
Yeah.
If I'm only fooling around with you, don't you even try to touch me in a meeting. What are you, nuts? You know what I mean? Like, you peeing on your territory. I'm not going to pee on you. Get the fuck away from me. Don't even do it. You want to go telling everybody we're fooling around, and that's on you. I'll deny it when it comes back to me.
Yeah.
Unless we're out there. Once we're out there, then we're out there. People, I just was thinking about this the other day. I'm looking at Facebook, and I was like, man, some of you people have been in love and in loving relationships, more loving relationships in the last calendar year than I've been my entire life. Your public fucking relationships. Your profile pic changes with every dude you fucking... Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you always in a relationship with a different person? Always a love, I'm in love. Love. How are you... I can't...
I know, I barely like people.
Yeah.
Like...
I can't find a girl to go on a second date. You guys are fucking in 7 relationships in 1 year. How is every single person you get with the one? I don't understand that. I've gone on dates where, like, in the middle of the date, I'm like, I got to be done with this date. I got to get out of here. This is not for me. And you guys, because the guy went out with you or the girl went out with you, that's it? That's the one forever? Every broad and every guy is the fucking one?
They're just hoping. Just hoping.
Yeah, so they make it up to be something that's not. And they change their fucking status 6 days in. Every picture is loving, love. And then they post these things. You got to find someone who really treats you like a princess, blah, 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 blah. And then 6 weeks later, that guy's gone. And then it's new memes of, if you can't appreciate me, you know what you love. That's then the new, you know what I mean? And then you got to find a new guy, new memes again. Can't believe I finally found someone. No. Why don't you scroll down 6 weeks ago when you said the same shit about that other guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you keep scrolling down your Facebook, you're going to see how many times you said the same exact bullshit about every person you fucked. I can't find one girl that I'm madly in love with. You find 9 of them? I don't even understand. Like, there's people in my life that have been in serious relationships with 10 different people. Like, in 10 years. Like
10 people in 10
like
years.
Love.
Ugh.
I'm like, how?
Love.
Like loving relationships.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I can really count on one hand the people I've loved in my life. Like, loved.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like, 5 or 6.
Right. After I hit 30 years old, if we count how many relationships I've been into, when I broke up with my kid's mom, before, like, you're different because you got into one that lasted. After me and my kid's mom broke up, how many relationships? Like, you're my girl, I'm your man. How many of those?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4. One of them was my friend, really wasn't a relationship. One of them we didn't even make it public. We just were together for a while.
Yeah.
And the other 3, there was 3 more, was one, the comedian broad, B, and then the last girl I was with, that were like, we're together, I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's in 17 motherfucking years, bro.
Yeah.
3.
Probably if I really counted it, like, for real, if I just took away, like, the high school sweetheart girlfriend, like, 2. My wife, and then that girl I lived with for 3 years.
Like they were in love with kind of
like
thing?
love.
Yeah.
Because before my wife, that was my longest relationship, was 3 years.
Right.
Before that, longest was 6 months.
Right.
Maybe. And they were all like summertime romances, holiday romances, these like quickie, like
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you would say, you love me? I love you. I just love there. There's some kind of love going on.
I tell you, I love what you do to my penis.
Yeah. I used to always be tough. People, girls, do you love me? Oh, you love me? Tell me. You tell me.
Yeah.
You tell me. Why don't you tell me first? Like,
but
what's this
said
game?
It a million times when I was young and dumb.
Oh, yeah, young and dumb.
After I broke up with my kids' mom.
I'm talking like mature relationships. Yeah, we're the only 2 people I lived with.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. I lived with Melissa, so I was in love with her, but we really, we didn't have a relationship, but we loved each other. You know what I'm saying? Then I was with the comedian girl for like a few months, and it was the first time I truly, really enjoyed being around someone all the time.
Yeah.
And I did not know how else to say that, but I love. I had no other way to describe it. I'm like, dude,
I guess this could be love.
This has got to be love because I don't know how else to say.
Because I don't feel like this about anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was her, and then after we broke up, then I got with B, and then me and her. That was like a thing for a year, and I was in love.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it. Like, when I looked at her and, like, thought about her, I'm like, this is the person I want to be around all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the last thing I was in, it was nice, and it felt really good to be next to somebody I enjoyed being next to, but I don't think it was much more than that.
Yeah.
But so if you really look at it, there's 3 in 17 years. 3.
Yeah.
17 years. 3.
Well, even if you think about like if you just like your like closest friends,
Right.
like whatever. Like the only reason why I have a lot of different friends now is because of my career and moving up and stuff. But it's like, it's like there's very few of those like tight, like hangout old core people. It's very hard to find.
Right.
How many comedians I know, but you know how many I talk to on a regular basis?
Right.
It's like you and KP.
Right.
You know what I mean? That like we talk like about shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm friendly with a bunch, but sometimes you just don't connect with people.
Right,
but that's like going to, you're my best friend now?
Yeah.
Like, how come you're not my best friend?
Yeah. So like with Frank and me, I know Frank 17 years, right?
Yeah.
17. And whatever reason we bonded. Now before Frank, there was my best friend Dave, and that overlapped. So I had those two were like my people.
Yeah.
And then me and Dave fell apart, and we drifted apart, and we don't talk at all. And Frank was my like core, and then I met you. You know what I'm saying? And then you became in the core, like to somebody that I turn to and say, "Hey man, I got stuff going on.
Right.
Listen to me."
Yeah.
And you're there.
Yeah.
There's not many people that are on that dial.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's not many people I'm doing that with.
Yeah.
You know, there's other people like, you can talk to me about anything. I know I can. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I know who I'm dialing. You know what I'm saying?
I think that people don't look at their relationships like that.
Right.
Like
they're just as special.
You know what I mean? Like if you treat your relationships like these friendships, they just kind of they come in. That's like me and my wife. I've been together with her 12 years. I don't even feel like it.
Right.
Married 5. We'll be married 5 years this year, and it's like, it's just not a. It's just
a
friendship. It's not like a.
It's effortless.
I never said she was the one.
Right.
It just happened to be the one.
Exactly.
Just effortlessly. We're still love each other.
Yes.
It's just not a. But it's. I feel sorry for those people, man. The meme. Fucking.
Just the people who, I mean, you look at, if you look back every other 6 weeks to every other 12 to 15 weeks, there's a new relationship. Right?
Sounds exhausting.
And that relationship is the one. And then they'll get one, and it'll last a year. And then it'll tear down, fight each other, break up. Then they're single for a few months. And then they find the next person, and that one's just as special again. Like you found another. How are you finding so many special people?
Sick motherfuckers.
Exactly. You're creating this special thing that's not there in your head because you need it so bad to be special. See, once I became totally cool with just being with me, I didn't need it to be special.
I think that's why I found a good girl, because
you didn't need it.
I was living on my own.
Right.
You know, I went on dates with girls, but it's just whatever. Things don't click, but I was okay with me.
Correct.
I was okay with me, so it was just like I wasn't needing someone to like save me.
Or I need love. I need love. I didn't need it.
Yeah, and I wanted it, but
it was nice when it comes. That's why when it did come in the comedian girl and the few girls that I was with, it was special to me because it was something that was real. It was tangible. Like, oh, this is it. I like this.
Yeah.
I don't need this. I like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like when they leave, it's sad, but I'm like, I'm still cool. I'm still awesomely whole.
Yeah.
Without anybody.
That's like
I would just like to find somebody.
Like my mom and her friends, they're all like older, and you know, a lot of them are single, and my mom's like, and they all agree to like my mom's like, I'd like to find somebody. She's like, but I don't want to live with nobody.
Right. Yeah.
Like if I met a guy, I want him to have his own house. I want my own house. And it made me laugh because I thought it's like you think like as you get older, you're like say I've ever found myself single again, like some you know whatever, and it just seems so exhausting. I'd be like, I don't know if I.
Yeah.
You live there.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I don't want to start all that over again.
But there's so many people on Facebook, especially on Facebook. You know, but like the lives on Facebook are fake. Like, you know, with Frank passing, my buddy Joey, which was Frank's friend for 30-something years. You know, they knew each other.
Yeah. I saw him post kids. Stuff, yeah.
He posted something on Instagram yesterday morning, maybe, or this morning. And it was like a picture of Frankie and him. And he's like, this is my best friend, 30-something years. And he's like, everyone keeps asking me. I thought everything was going well. Frankie looked like everything was great.
Yeah.
And Joey's like, but the couple people in his life that were close to him knew that it wasn't great.
Yeah.
He said, it just goes to show you that Facebook and social media is just fake. It's not real.
Yeah, it's like everyone's their own publicist.
Right.
Like, it's like, you're a publicist for yourself. You're just putting...
I would talk to Frank, and he would be like sad and miserable on the phone, crying. And he was in a relationship that whatever was happening was happening. I don't know all the details of his relationship because I wasn't living there. But I'm only talking. It's like you calling me about Kerry and saying, I can't take her anymore. Just say that was happening.
Yeah.
And then an hour later, you're posting a picture of you and Kerry.
Yeah.
Saying everything is awesome. That's what was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
that's the kind of life Frank was in turmoil. But his Facebook and Instagram showed a life that was clicking and everything was working and everything was finally getting there. And people were like, I just don't understand how it just happened. He looked like everything was going great. And I'm like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, it was too. It was like a mix, but he wasn't showing the bad side.
Yes, it was a mix. It was a mix. But if you're close to people, you'll know what the real story
We all
is.
know phonies.
Yeah.
Like me and Kevin Goatee ranted on Facebook, and I told him, I'm like, I laughed my ass off. He's just like, he was shitting on people that like promote stuff that they don't even have. Like, yo, I want like audition today, or like,
yeah.
It's like, you got an audition. It's like 90 people are at that audition.
Yeah.
Like, post when you get the part.
Right.
And I was messaging, private message. I wasn't going. I was like, yeah, it made me laugh. I was like, I was like, it's just amazing how people gotta always feel like they gotta let people know they're doing stuff. Right. But I told them, I'm like, that's all about them.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like justifying to themselves, like,
Right.
I have a career going on.
Right.
I was like, I won't even post until like I'm on set of something.
Right.
Like I have to like know like
right.
something's not even like, oh, you got it.
I posted after an audition. I posted like a video about it, like how it went.
Yeah.
You know, not, hey, just went on audition, guys. Like I was like, just audition, felt pretty good. You know what I mean? Like I've said.
Yeah, I'm a jinx. I believe in jinx.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm always like.
Yeah, I know. I never talk about like I got it. Like, cause
yeah, like even when I like went to Laugh Fest like a year in, so like until I had like my badge, I was like
until it was on the website. You're like, oh, I see me. Okay.
I see me because I don't want to. It feels douche chilling to.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Or like when I got that student film, I auditioned, I got it until I was on set and it was cameras rolling. I'm like, I'm doing this short film.
Yes,
I'm actually doing it.
Right.
Because I just feel like I'd be like, oh, I got this short film. Be like, oh, congratulations, and oh, we're not filming it. Then I'd feel like I jinxed myself.
Right. Yeah.
So I
saw this one girl post this about a year ago. She posted a picture of herself, and the thing was upcoming things she was doing. It was like one comedy show in some open mic area.
Yeah.
And then photo shoot, audition, video shoot. She told us about video shoots and auditions and upcoming dates.
Yeah.
One comedy show, 3 auditions and a video shoot, and then another date. Like, what are these on there for? Are we coming to your audition with you?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you promoting your audition for?
Or people put private gig on their upcoming dates.
That's fine. I mean, I don't know why.
No, the words private gig.
I put it on my calendar so no one's
No. I do that.
Posting it like.
But hey, like I'll do upcoming shows with like 4 or 5. One says private gig. It's like then why it's private?
Yeah, exactly. Don't put that one on.
Like,
just want us to know you're working. Rare Saturday off. No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
I don't understand.
You had 6 weekends in a row of rare Saturdays off. Stop saying it. Stop saying it, man. Just go to work or don't work.
Like I always tell, like I don't like if it's. I feel like if it's like a young comic in their 20s, doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. No. But like you're an older man. You've been in the business. If you're in the business over
10 years or more.
10 years or more.
7 years or more.
Yes. Let's go 7. 7's reasonable. 7 years. It's like, who are you talking to, man?
Right.
Like, don't you feel foolish?
Yes. Who are you talking to?
Don't
like the young guys. Like we had that conversation a couple weeks ago. The young comics promoting all this stuff. 3 or 2 years in, 6 months in. 3. They're excited.
I don't even care that there's open mics on there. Listen, man, I get it, man. I did it too.
Yes.
I was on MySpace telling you to come to these shit shows.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That I was doing. You know what I mean? I get it. But it's like...
But if you're in this game for 7 years and you know what's what and you know what you're posting, come on. What are you doing? Who are you promoting that to?
Right. It's embarrassing. I said they don't have friends that are close to them and are honest.
Yeah.
If you had honestly good friends in the business,
well, see,
they'd be like, dude.
You get some people, though, that'll say, some people who are doing that. Like, I'm not trying to make you comics happy anyhow. You're right. You're cool. You're not talking to the back of the room, so promote away. But what are you promoting even for your fans? Do you think that that's helping you gather fans?
Or it's just the towns, not even like the club.
Yeah.
Like, here's a list of towns I'll be in with the dates. Like, are people just supposed to drive around that town and look for you?
Yeah, that's a fraud. That's not
Give
real.
them more.
There is no more.
I know, but it's like,
that's why that's done.
What are you, crazy?
I watched one guy do it, and he put it up, he put all these dates, and then people were like, somebody busted his balls about the dates, and he responded immediately. Someone else busted his balls said something about it, he responded immediately. And then someone asked, where in Toronto, where in Trenton, where in here? No response to the wheres. Only to the people who were busting his balls, like fucking around with him. He responded to them, but he didn't respond to anybody like, oh, I'm in Florida. Where are you going to be? Nothing. You know why? Because he's not going to be anywhere. That's why. He's not going to be in Florida.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. I live in a world, I don't know. We live in an honest.
But I'm just thinking,
it's like you're not an honest person.
If you promoted like say you're all right. Say you got you're starring in a student film.
Yeah.
Okay. And you booked it, and you've been reading scripts, and you're going to film it, and you're excited because it's going to be in a film festival.
Yeah.
You put that out there.
Yeah.
You might got a film. It's going to be in a film festival. You're promoting that to people who want to come see it.
Yeah.
You know as well as I know is that promotion is not going to gather you fans that are like, oh, this guy does films. I'm going to watch him now. No. You're going to talk to the people who already know you, and they're going to be like, I like what he's doing. I want to go see that.
Right.
Right? So promoting yourself and you're making yourself seem like this bigger thing is not, you're branding yourself, but you're not creating a fan base off branding yourself. You still have to, those people, you're not just becoming fans because a guy named himself fucking Super Dad. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Like, oh, now I'm
tell them where to go.
Yeah.
Don't it's just a weird, I don't know. It's just a weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just weird. But like, yeah, it's like, it's weird when it's like, I don't know. Like Kevin was saying, it's like even like you don't even have a thing yet.
Yes.
It's just odd. It's odd. It's fucking odd to me to be like, it's like, it's just odd. I'm just like, I want to smack people. I want to be mean to them. Be like, or just be like, listen, man, I'm going to be your friend because you don't have friends. Because your real friend would tell you this is retarded. Right. What you're doing right here. Yeah. And people are laughing at you. Right. I know you don't think, because I know, but you have to have some integrity in this business.
But their defense would be, I'm just saying for you, it's for
No, I know, I get it, right? I get it, but you look dumb.
And then I want to
regardless.
Say to them, also, but the industry's watching you, not just us, bookers, club owners, people are watching you and seeing you and going, ugh. That's what's happening.
Yeah, and I get it. People need to know you're working. It makes you look better to know you're working. Maybe there's some bookers on there. Oh, you're working a lot. The guy's working a lot.
Yeah, when you're playing a big club, you want to put that out there because then a booker will say, oh, he's there.
Yeah.
I get that. I get it.
I just don't. Like, I told Kevin, I was like, genuine. It's just not genuine. Just be genuine,
when you
man.
see it's genuine from somebody, you don't even question it.
No.
Right? You don't even think about it. You're like, oh, that's cool.
Like, what was it? A friend of ours, I won't say her name or the place, but I said, the one place she plays, it's more fun to promote it than to play there.
Right.
But sometimes you got to promote a club that's put work in you for the club. You know what I mean? The clubs like to see that, like,
right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But it's like,
no, but I see like Bob DeBono's on Murphy Brown.
Is he?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
On the new Murphy Brown. So he's been like taking pictures like on set, and he's happy and excited.
As his Trump character, or is
I don't know what it is because he's never in makeup. So I don't think it is. I don't know what it is. So I'm like, awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's excited.
No, that's genuine.
Yes.
I got this role.
Yes.
And he probably announced it after he got the role.
Right.
Not like, hey, I'm auditioning for Murphy Brown.
No. Angelo Lozado. he goes to theaters. He's like, I'm here at this theater, like, because it's fucking awesome. And Angelo didn't do theaters until Trevor Noah.
Right.
So he's fucking appreciative of this amazing trip he's on.
Oh, that's great.
That I'm down for that. Like, that's awesome.
No, that's totally different. You did it. You got the gig.
Yes, exactly.
You promote the gig. You got the gig.
I went on an audition for Kevin Can Wait. I didn't tell anybody.
No.
Because I didn't get it.
I feel like nobody believes in jinx.
Right. But I wouldn't tell anybody anyhow. I don't talk about, hey, guess what? I'm going on an audition. I tell you.
Right. Right. You tell your personal. Yeah, you won't publicly be
I went on an audition for.
That's like me saying, hey, I publicly I submitted to this comedy festival.
Right.
So?
Yeah.
Anybody. My mother could submit to that if she wanted to.
Or they go, got accepted to a comedy festival. Like, you didn't say that. You just said, I'm going to do this comedy festival.
Right.
You didn't get. You paid $35 and they took you in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not awesome to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But you didn't do anything.
Well, they picked me out of a bunch.
Yeah, but you didn't say that part. You're like, hey, I'm going to be a part of this.
Right.
That's different.
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? I'm a part of a thing. Not like I got picked to do a thing. Yeah, they just picked you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you paid $35 and they picked you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or it's like sometimes I see like comics that have been doing it like 15 years. They're like, I won this comedy competition. Yeah. You're like, I hope so. Yeah. Why are you even entering that?
Right.
So you beat open micers?
Yeah.
What?
Right. I know.
Why you're a headlining comedian.
Right.
Why are you doing comedy competitions where you're doing 5? What?
Might as well get the money.
I don't understand it. I'm like, I'm not good in comedy competitions. Right, I don't have that boom, boom, boom that's good in those. But still, I would not even.
Right.
Unless it's like something that like people at my level are in.
Yeah.
Like these are all like.
Yeah. Seasoned guys.
Seasoned comics. Like a Boston Comedy Festival, I think is pretty respectable. Right. It's a contest but it's, you do good in that. You know what I mean? But I'm talking like there's like these. Like local ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not like a national one. I'm talking like,
right.
Yeah, I won the Comedy Cove. You're like, Comedy Cove? Yeah. You shouldn't even be there in the competition. You should be featuring at the Comedy Cove. You should be competing with the open mic.
Right. Yeah. No,
Did you get a trophy?
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself. That trophy should have the word shame on it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
How about people who say they have haters all the time? Like people like, I saw some girl like, hey, haters. I'm like, first off, people who actually have haters, like real legit haters, don't ever talk about it. Because they know they got haters. They just move on.
I mean, I don't know if I have haters.
Yeah, that's another.
They don't tell me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any outspoken haters.
Right.
I mean, I think a lot of these haters are in your head.
A lot of people hating you. Maybe you do shitty things that people hate. Like,
yeah.
And then there's the people like, the big stars that just get haters because that's what happens. But you think you're it just because you have nice tits? Are you nuts, man? Are people fucking nuts?
Yeah. I think it's all in their head.
Yes.
The title of the thing.
Finally worked it in.
Yeah. But it's, that's haters.
Yeah. Hey, haters. You know what I say to you this morning? Good morning. I'm going to be successful. Like,
are you?
No one's hating you. No, I hate you now. I didn't until I read your dumb post. Now I hate you.
Yeah, now I hate you.
Yeah,
Actually, you do have a hater now, so good post. Good post.
So foreshadowing.
Yeah, you're so good at getting haters. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
I think people, the internet just really shows people. People just don't know how to.
Just ruin people.
It ruined people.
It ruins people, man. It ruins society.
It totally ruins. The new iPhone update has a thing where it says, if you want, it can keep track of what you use a lot.
Oh, really?
And let you know how much time you spend on different apps.
Right,
and I was like, do you want to do that? I'm like, no. I don't want to know. I know I'm highly addicted. I don't want that data. Leave me alone. You got me hooked. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm part robot now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really go on much to stuff. Instagram, I spend some time, but that's about it.
Yeah, Instagram's a wormhole for me.
Yeah, I can just. But it's like after a while, it's like I'm only following. How many people? I just keep seeing the same shit after a while. You're like, and then you look back like 8 days ago. I'm like, why am I seeing you on my feed 8 days ago?
Do you ever hate like like Instagram or Facebook, you open it up and it's like you see some picture that you really want to see or some post, and then it refreshes.
It's gone.
You're like, who was that even?
Who was that?
Oh man!
It's usually who was that girl?
It is, yeah, usually. Typically, not always.
It's never. Whose baby was that?
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like I will like your baby picture, but I'm not scrolling to find what I just saw.
I saw some scary thing on. I forget what I was watching, but because people are just so free of putting their children's pictures on the internet, just upload tons of pictures, and then I saw this show about.
Oh, the creepy people.
Oh my God!
I'm like,
if anybody I saw that show, they'd just take down all their kids' pictures and never post one again, or go mad private with your profile.
Yes.
Well, the thing is you don't even know.
Yeah.
Some of the creeps could be people you're friends with.
Right.
Oh, it was mortifying.
No, you're right. No, I know.
Mortifying. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, there's like one of the person on my friend list. Always like our daughter's always running around with no shirt on, but like a little kid.
Yeah.
But I know men are looking at that. Ugh. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, sometimes I see it. I'm like, there's a guy right now trying to watch this kid, this like 3-year-old kid run around and play.
Oh. When I saw that, I was just like, ugh, it just mortified me. I'm like, why there's so many creepos out there? Just fucking. The internet just made us too.
Oh my God, it's too accessible. We could be creepy. It's just like everyone. I think it actually turned people into creeps too.
Probably.
You know what I mean? It's like porn. Like when porn became so easily accessible, people became obsessed with porn and became creepo dudes who would now explore. Like, I mean, not that it's bad to explore different sexualities. I'm not saying that, but like, it opened the world. Like, I could put that in my ass. Why didn't I put that in my ass? Give me that. Put that in my ass.
I had no idea that was safe. I was eyeballing that thing for a long time, thinking of things, but
now
I was pushing it down.
Yeah, I was suppressing that because you don't put.
Now that Belladonna can fit it in her asshole, I'm gonna put it in my asshole. The internet really freed me.
Where's your snow globes? In my asshole.
Yeah. You got me on a snow globe for Christmas? Oh, shit. New Year's is going to be a party. What? Like, yeah, don't buy him snow globes no more.
But, you remember, like, back in, like, a few years back, be like on Dr. Phil and all these people, like, having their relationships ruined because guys are just obsessed with porn and they want to have porn sex and vice versa. And you want to do all the stuff you're watching in porn and your brain gets fucking murky because you see all this stuff, this sexuality on the screen. It's not in your bedroom, man. That's not your wife. That's not you. You can't even bend that way. What are you doing?
No.
But you see it and then you want it. I want that. I want that in my room. You know what I mean? And it just
maybe the religious people were right. Maybe we shouldn't have had all this porn.
Well, no, they have the wrong reasons. But it does make you cloudy up, man. It muddies the water.
Just think how the shit that's coming. Like, look how fast
that's coming.
The weird shit. Like there was a time when, like,
what more can come?
I don't know, but if like we went into like the 1920s and pulled Pornhub up on here, they'd be like, oh my God. It'd be like, so like think when we're like 75.
I said that one time on stage, and it was in Arizona.
I think when we're 75, it's going to be all VR. No one's going to have relationships no more.
So I was in Arizona. I was like, like I was talking about, I was talking to a girl. It was like a group of girls. And I'm like, I don't need you anymore. I don't need you, broads. Like, because she was like chatting. I was like joking back and forth. Like, I don't need you. You think I need you? I don't need you. That's when you have no power anymore. Back when I was younger, I'd be like, oh my God, I want the hot chick to like me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. I have this right here. Yeah. I get porn right here. I'm going to go back to my room. I got porn. And then I'll probably call my kids with the same phone. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's in here.
I don't need you to like me. I'll post the joke. They'll heart me. Yeah. Girls will heart me.
Yeah.
20 girls.
20 girls.
Will heart.
Will heart that.
Will heart that.
I don't need you.
Give hearts and ha-has. I don't need your shit. Go fuck yourself, hater.
Hater.
Hater. Meme hater. Oh. 2 hours and 15-minute podcast.
Oh, we made up for it.
We made up for last week. We had some viewers this week, too. They was watching.
Yeah, they was.
They was. It was good. My dog is out cold.
He's been taking naps. He's been sleeping the whole time.
Yeah.
And I got to pay, so let's
wrap her
I'm
up.
not going to leave you alone.
No. Go to joefernandez.net to see all my dates.
Go to MikeGaffney.com to see how I'm not working.
You're working.
No, I'm not really.
Just going to let that sit there. Oh, and the Rays are winning 8-3.
Awesome.
Top of the ninth.
Love it.
Yeah.
What happened to the screens? Oh, that's what you did? You did that?
Yeah, I'm going to fade to that when we're done.
All right.
So, everybody, thanks for watching live. People listen to the audio. Please go watch us on Facebook every week. We appreciate that. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. You've been listening to All in Our Heads.